Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the BallGame Blitz TV Sports Network, produced by Worthy Road Studios on the Trinity Christian Academy Facebook page. I'm Dave McCulley, along with Stan Gerard this afternoon. And Stan Gerard, great to be back with you. It's a new era of TCA football. 84 degrees right now. Should be a little cooler when we kick off here in just a few minutes. But great to be back with you, and great to be back with our Lions. And certainly we wish Blake Butler the very best. Longtime friend of ours, longtime coach. He had the most tenured years of any coach until he left last year, going down to ECS. We wish him the best down there, but it's a new day for TCA football. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Diamond Dave. It seemed like it was years ago that it was November and we were last at the football stadium, but, you know, the long way is over. Spring practice is over, summer workouts is over, the preseason over, and it's finally time for high school football. And it's a little warm out this afternoon, Diamond.
It really is. It's going to get down in the right now, 84. We expect it to be down in the 70s, maybe at halftime, but certainly it could be worse, but not quite as bad. A little bit of a breeze here, and it makes it a little bit more tolerable. We remind you this is a copyright broadcast at Worthy Road Studios for 2023. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, editing, or further use of the BallGame Blitz TV show and this game without the written consent of Worthy Road Studios is strictly prohibited. Good to be working with Coach P tonight, because Philip Robertson will be our director. Our executive producer and director is Jay Cashin, and our camera tonight will be manned by Bradley White. Stan, you have a look at some of the advertisers and some of the folks that's made it possible for us to be back another year, my 18th year, and our 15th year together, sir.
Well, tonight's ballgame is brought to you in part by the Blacksmith Restaurant, Carlock Nissan, Foundation Bank, Aloha Pools and Spa, Jones Chevrolet, Coca-Cola, Deaton's Carpet One, Elite Dental, Humboldt Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram, the Bank of Jackson, the fine folks at Food Right, Waterwell Solutions, Tennessee Tractor, West Tennessee Bank, and McCoy's Heating Air. And we're going to talk to the folks about McCoy's about this hot air around here.
It really is, no doubt about it. Chester County, the opponent tonight. Eagles coming off a good year last year. They have a lot of those folks back. They were 6-5. And right now, all-time Stan did some great game notes. I told him they were as good as my Bethel game notes, or even better. 304, 463, and 7. And they are coached tonight in his second year by DeJuan Johnson, in his second year as head coach of the Flying Eagles. Meanwhile, the Lions last year, 5-7, but had a good year all in all. A lot of injuries, 152 and 169 all time. And Stan, we mentioned the new era. Coach Bowling tonight, you had a chance to meet him. I met him for the first time tonight, although I told him, I said, I'm probably the only guy in the stadium that's been around as long as he has, but he's won a lot of ball games in different places, had a great career, hasn't he?
7 different stops. This is his 32nd year as a high school football coach. Don't forget, 4 state championships at Union City, and
one of those years he won, we beat him up there. Remember
Coach
that?
Bowen's looking for his first win in the Lions lair, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right. Let's take a break, a 2-minute break. Philip Robertson, our producer and director. Good to see both he and Jay Cashin here tonight. And we'll talk about those guys and talk about this football game. The countdown to kickoffs coming up officially right now. And we'll be back after this 2-minute message on Worthy Road Studios at the BallGame Blitz.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Aria.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should, you know what? I'm not going to say it.
Carlock Nissan of Jackson.
Cooler weather this fall and a colder winter makes a spa even more enjoyable. Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom features a huge selection of spas from the biggest names in the business. Come see us on Carriage House Drive in Jackson today.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank has assembled an all-star staff with decades of experience in the Jackson and West Tennessee markets. Our top priority is listening to your goals and dreams, helping you develop a plan to achieve them. Benefit from our more than 100 years of experience. Visit us at Thompson Farms or give us a call. West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
Waterwell Solutions offers experienced water well drilling and service throughout the greater West Tennessee area. Whether you need a 4-inch residential well or a 16-inch irrigation or municipal well, they have you covered. Waterwell Solutions has locations in Summerville and Brownsville with a fleet of service trucks and well service technicians that are ready to cover your service needs. If you need residential well service or a new water well, give them a call at 731-779-1275.
He tells us we're back with you. Before we even advance any further in this countdown to kickoff show, let me just say hats off to TCA, Jay Cashin, Philip, and all the gang out here with the new scoreboard. Right now it says West Tennessee Bone and Joint, longtime sponsor of our broadcast and of TCA. Stan, it is absolutely gorgeous. Understand that William Steele was a big part of that, and TCA, of course, and Jay Cashin, a huge part of this. And, man, it is outstanding, isn't it?
Well, I didn't realize Jay was that big of an electrician. He does everything.
We said last year, for the years past, he's the jack of all trades.
He is. Diamond, a lot of big, exciting ball games last night. Let's take a first look at the scoreboard from last night. Boy, it was a wild and woolly one up in Milan, Tennessee. Milan knocks off South Gibson. A lot of people consider that an upset. Milan won that ball game 28-21. Other action, it was Dresden knocking off Westview up in Martin. That was a 40-34 final. And then from inside our region, FACS off to a 1-0 record. They took MLK Prep to the woodshed 70-0.
That was not a contest, was it?
No, that was a no mas from the word get-go. A lot of big ball games tonight in West Tennessee. Let's take a look at some of them. One that I think is going to be very interesting, it's happening in Decaturville, Collierville at Riverside. Collierville, the biggest public school in the state, traveling to Riverside, who made the state finals in 2A. That's going to be an interesting matchup. Northside and Crockett County. Northside, a team who rocked Haywood County in a scrimmage a couple of weeks ago. Of course, it's well documented, the tragedy that happened over in Crockett County last week. Thoughts and prayers to those folks over there. Another game that I wonder, who scheduled this? Innsworth makes the long trip from Nashville up to Union City in that ballgame. Another big another big rivalry matchup. Dyer County at Dyersburg. Adamsville at Fayette Academy. Just down the road from us, also on Worthy Road Studios tonight, Peabody at USJ. Tipton Rosemark is at Halls. Haywood County entertains Pure Academy. Brewston at Stewart County. McNary's at Humboldt. North Point Christian at Jackson Christian. Henry County at Brighton. Ripley at Southside. Obion County at Lake County. Waverly at Camden. Scottshill at Lexington. Making their full-time return to varsity competition, JCM will play Liberty this afternoon. Good Pasture takes on Blake Butler's ECS bunch. Another big ball game. Dime, I'm sure you heard about this one this week. Huntington at McKenzie.
No doubt about it. Most people up there thinking it's a toss-up. And, of course, lately, in 3 years in a row, McKenzie's dominated that series. But it could be Huntington's year, although I will tell you, as long as you have the Serber kid at quarterback, he keeps McKenzie in the foe.
He certainly does. Other games involving West Tennessee teams, Covington at Munford and West Carroll at Gibson County. But Diamond, Huntington McKenzie is one we're going to want to keep an eye on for sure. Innsworth and Union City, I'm just personally interested in that. Collierville, Riverside, and I'm liking this Dyer County and Dyersburg. Those folks up there, they don't like each other too much.
That's the Hatfields and McCoys. If I was at Union City, who's at Union City tonight? Innsworth?
Innsworth.
I would be asking who in the world scheduled Innsworth in the first game of the year.
Well, I saw Innsworth last year. They scrimmaged a Memphis school here last year, and Innsworth last year had 7 or 8 Division I prospects on that team, and it was a team full of giants. Union City is going to give them a battle, there's no doubt, but Innsworth's going to be way too much for the Golden Twisty boys.
No doubt about it, Stan. And as you gave those games that are on tap tonight, I couldn't help but think this is a non-regional kind of night for the most part, all over the state. But with the new regions, new classifications. There's going to be a lot of different kind of games this year that we've not used to being seen lately.
Live games that we have never seen. We'll be playing at Greenfield for the first time in many a year. Riverside is back on the schedule. We'll go there in a few weeks. And, looking at some of those teams, we've got I'll just take a look at next week. We entertain Grace Christian. Then the rivalry game right here, USJ. We go on the road for 5 games in a row. Fayette Academy, our bye week. Riverside, Harding Academy, Greenfield, and FACS. And then we end up the last 2 at home, Tipton Rosemark and Diamond, the big one, on a Thursday night, week 11, Jackson Christian for all the marbles.
No doubt. And Stan, you and I have done this a long, long time. Do you ever remember a schedule, though, that you open up with 3 at home, 5 on the road, and then 2 at home? That's unusual, isn't it?
That escapes my memory.
Of course, we're just dealt. You have to deal with the hand that you're dealt. Let's take a break.
The question is, though, when we do go on the road, should we get a box or a bag of stale bread and leave breadcrumbs so you know how to get back here?
We might have to do that. Let's take a break. Another 2-minute message as we have the countdown to kickoff continuing. And when we come back, Stan had a chance to talk to the first-year head coach, longtime coach, but here his first year at the Lions Lair, Coach Bowling, and Stan's coming up next on the countdown to kickoff on Worthy Road Studios. Stay with us.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hello, folks. This is Gary Deaton, right here at Deaton's Carpet One. I want to let you know we've been in business for 48 years. Here's what I believe has made the difference. Our lifetime labor warranty on everything we install. Our healthy living installation. Bacteria and germs cannot survive in our new flooring. Our beautiful guarantee, if you don't just love it, we'll replace it. It will make your flooring experience priceless. We're located on Freedom Highway, 1000 Highway 45 bypass in good old Jackson, Tennessee.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
I'm speaking with the head coach of the TCA Lions, Darren Bowling. Coach, spring workouts are over. Summer lifting is done. You've gone through 3 weeks of practice. It's finally time for some high school football.
Yes, it's go time now. You know, all the hay's in the barn, and it's time to get busy. And hey, it counts for real starting now. So the scrimmages are over, everything's over, all the pretend stuff, and it's time to get real.
Coach, this is year 32 for you as a head man at least 7 different schools. This year any different than any of the others that you've had your first year head coaching jobs at?
No, I mean, anytime you go in as a first-year coach in a situation, you have your install period and culture change things that you have to do. And it doesn't matter where you go, what the culture was before you got there, anything like that. It's just you coming in, putting in your mark and your culture on something. And so, you know, that's the biggest thing. But I think we've had a great spring. You know, we didn't get to go full pads in the spring because we didn't have our helmets in time. But we still got a lot done, a lot of install stuff done in the spring. And over the summer, we had a great summer, good work ethic and, you know, conditioning programs and stuff like that. Coach Bibb does a good job in that arena as well. And then camp, and here we are. Before you know it, when you get back from camp and get a couple scrimmages in, it's like I said, it's go time.
Talk about camp. That's something that TCA has never done before. And I heard that went over really well this year. The kids really bought into that.
Well, I don't know if they bought in or not. It's they didn't have any choice. They can't go home. They can't. They don't have access to cell phones very often there, and it's just kind of a way to get away. Just our kids and coaches just bonding with each other and having that one-on-one time with them. They get to see us in a little different light because you're with them 24/7 at camp, and we get to see them in a little different light. We get to see who's mentally tough, who can manage the rigorous, things that we do at camp and handle it well, and the ones who need a little work in that category. And so it helps us. And usually by the time we come back from camp, we have a good feel of what we're looking for.
Coach, our opponent tonight, the Eagles of Chester County. What do we know about the Eagles, who happen to be playing big boy football in Class 4A?
I'm telling you, he's done a good job with them the past 2 years that he's been there, getting the numbers back out. They're huge numbers-wise. I would be willing to say they've got over 100 kids, freshmen through seniors. Now on the roster, they're only going to dress 10 through 12, and it'll probably be around 70 kids in that on the sidelines tonight for them. They have a lot of players they rotate in and out. Good depth. Got a quarterback that's a big, strong guy that throws the ball well, but also runs the ball hard on powers and counters, QB powers and counters and stuff. Got a running back that's shifty, runs the ball well. Several running backs that come in and out in that position. Tight end that's got a D1 offer already, and he's tall, 6'5", 225, 230, somewhere around that range. He's somebody you're gonna have to contend with going up for balls, and just his body, just positioning himself in good position to catch the football. And so they play hard on defense, play hard on offense. They're 4-2-5 type defense. Roll around with the safeties a little bit, mix it up some in there. Maybe a 4-3 look occasionally in that. We expect to see some 4-3 tonight out of them as well, just based on what we do offensively. And offensively, they like to have a tight end some. They like to have, everybody's multiple sets on offense nowadays, and so it's hard to get a good read on anything. But they'll have an H-back in there or a tight end, and use him to kick out or counters and stuff like that with him as well. And they do a really good job. Coach does a good job with them.
Looking at our own TCA lines, we're going to see some of the same stuff that we've seen in years past, but I like some of the new twists, and we're going to see some different things on the offensive front for TCA this season.
Yeah, we've, Coach Mancini's done a great job here in the past coordinating the offense and being the play caller, and, had one of the most prolific receivers last year in the state of Tennessee, and did a good job with that. Just in general, the passing game was really good. These guys catch the ball well, throw the ball well, and so we didn't want to take that away from the program and what we're doing. And yet I'm a running guy. I like to run the football, and so I wanted to put that spin on it and try to get that going. So Coach Mancini and I sat down back in the spring, and we started working out some stuff to where we could kind of intermingle the two together, marry the two together to add a little extra component to what he was doing offensively, and so far it seems to be a good fit, and hopefully we'll continue to mature and grow in that area.
Coach, keys to victory tonight against Chester County.
First game of the year, you have to always worry about little mistakes. Of course, I didn't sleep any last night, just worrying about things that I may have not gotten in that, I take for granted that these guys know it. And so you lie awake at night and say, okay, do they know what this down and distance, this situation, do they understand that? Do we go over that enough? So you're never ready. When people say, Coach, you ready for tonight? No, I'm never ready. If I tell you I'm ready, then there's probably something wrong with me. I probably need to go see a doctor or something. But so again, I think the team that makes the least mistakes, of course, is the deal. But I think the key to us is having some drives on offense, not just looking for big plays, not relying on big plays, but moving the chains, that type of thing to keep our defense off the field as much as can, keep their offense off the field. And, I think at the end of the game, when that fourth quarter rolls around, if we've done a good job offensively moving the football, driving the football, taking more snaps, their defense will be a little more winded, and that's, fourth quarter play.
Coach, we'll talk to you after the game, after a big TCA victory.
That sounds great. Thank you very much.
That's the head coach of the TCA Lions, Darren Bowling. You are watching the Countdown to Kickoff pregame show. We're back after this.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Hi, I'm Stan Gerard for your local Food Right. Food Right is the home of the butcher. Food Right is proud to sell certified Angus beef. It's the very best there is. All of our beef, signature pork, and chicken products are cut and packed fresh daily by our in-store butchers. To feed your family well, Food Right, with 11 locations across West Tennessee, is where you need to go. Have a great day, everyone, and much more importantly, God bless.
We're back at Trinity Christian Academy. Great job by Stan Gerard and Coach Bowling. Our first chance to hear him officially here on the airwaves. And Stan, we appreciate all the fine folks that's making it possible for us to be and back here for another year. Coach P working the directorship tonight. Meanwhile, Jay Cashin, our great buddy as well, the executive producer director, and Bradley White will work the camera tonight. Of course, Paul Schulte, he's the guru of all of the things with Worthy Road Studios. And Stan, I might add that to sneak this in, obviously he does a lot of things with Union and other high schools. We'll talk about that tonight. We welcome him this year with open arms, I should say, at Bethel this year. He'll be doing my Bethel games with me.
He'll have Bethel football and select basketball games broadcast on Worthy Road Studios, in addition to TCA, USJ, Jackson Christian, Union University sports. A lot of those sports will be broadcast this year.
Rockabilly baseball.
That season just ended a week or so ago. A lot of great things going on with Worthy Road Studios and the fine folks at the BallGame Blitz, West Tennessee's #1 source for sports programming.
Stan, you did a great job with your game notes. And, of course, we'll talk about Lakai Tompkins. We'll talk about Cooper Bales, Nick Jones, Braden Waller, those 1,269 receiving yards last year, second leading receiver in the state. Joshua Delk, who had a great year defensively, especially Colby Moore, Hammer and Hank. Mom had the Hammer and Hank T-shirt on tonight. How about that? You and I have to get one of those. But just a great hard hitter. It led the team in tackles last year. You've had a chance to talk to Coach Bowling. The captain's out at midfield. We'll acknowledge those, and we're going to get Stan's keys to a win. Daniel Cashin is out there. Meanwhile, also will be, let's see who that is. That's number 66, of course. That's Harrison Vance. Also out there will be
Nick Jones.
Nick Jones, who had a great year last year, and I think I got all those guys. And then you have three guys back here at the 50-yard marker. But, Stan, your thoughts about this game tonight? You did a great job with the game notes. There was not a lot of activity we could find on Chester County, although we do know they have a good quarterback, some great running backs, good receivers that Coach Bowling talked about. They brought a great crowd. We've got a good crowd as well. Stan Gerard, your keys, with about 2 minutes before we kick it off, what does TCA have to do to open up with an opening victory?
Well, I'd like to see us have the ball first and get a nice march down the field. It's nothing like a good offensive drive in your first series to establish control of the ball game. You also, like Coach said, watch the turnovers. You don't want to give up a turnover early limit the big plays. Are there going to be big plays in a ball game? Absolutely. But you got to limit the big plays by the opponent. We got to find a way to keep their quarterback in the pocket and hemmed in. He's got a decent arm. He's got some college offers. Some teams that are on Bethel's schedule have looked at Shippers, but he's also a good running quarterback. And so we've got to keep him, inside the defensive ends and not let him get to the edge to where he can do some damage with his feet as well.
No doubt about it. And Stan, who won that coin toss?
I was looking at that direction here, to be honest with you.
I should have been watching that myself. We'll acknowledge that in just a minute. By the way, we want to say happy anniversary to Nikki Castles. I talked to Nikki before the ball game. Big wedding date 22 years ago.
President of the Booster Club.
That's right. Well, the Lions are in the house. They're wearing as you can see on your screen, the white breeches tonight with the black jerseys and white numbers. Always easy to read. Chester County, that very familiar blue and white stand.
And like we said, a large contingent of Chester County ball players out there. It's as big a squad as we're going to see all year, no doubt about it. I'd like to remind everybody that while you're watching this game on the TCA Facebook page, it is an interactive broadcast. Please feel free to leave us a message. Let us know who you are, where you're watching, who you're cheering for. We'd love to hear from you. We'll answer questions, comments. Just don't get in any fist fights in the chat room, and we'll be all good.
The sun will be behind the trees to the west. Coach P and Stan had to remind me again, that's the west. I always want to call it the north. And Coach P said, well, when's the sun ever set in the north? But that's the case.
Maybe up at the North Pole when it never sets.
Yeah,
we might get it.
That's exactly right.
Well, Diamond, TCA is going to kick the ball off, and it's going to be Chester County receiving. Obviously, as you can see, TCA moving from left to right. Don't have to say that anymore. We don't have radio this year at all, so everything's video only. So those of you who are looking for it on radio, got to watch us this year. And we're just about set to go with this game. It's about 84 degrees at kickoff. Hopefully it'll be down in the mid-70s by the time this game's over. It's a great crowd. As Diamond said, the visitor stands are packed. People running the chain link fence as well. A great TCA crowd. The field is in absolutely lightning-fast condition. And now with the call of the game, he's the Hall of Famer. He is the voice of TCA Athletics. He is the living legend. He is Diamond Dave McCullough.
Thank you very much, Stan. I wait for your intro every year. Here's still to kick it away, and it's going to be gathered in down there on the first bounce. And gathering it in is Peyton Barham. Barham's at the 20, 25 to the 30. That scurries his way, as you can see, up over the 30-yard line. A nice return of about 20-plus yards. And down on the stop that time was one Nate Pagagua and others.
Line of scrimmage is going to be the 31 as Chester County starts play. And, boy, we got something new, an electronic down marker on the other side. We're getting big time now.
I'm telling you, this scoreboard is just fabulous. Hats off to Jay and the entire TCA family, the Booster Club, and everyone that made it possible. The quarterback will be, that's going to be Evan Shippers. He's a senior. He has one back in the backfield with him and timeout as they get the scoreboard adjusted here. That is a wonderful-looking scoreboard, isn't it, Stan?
It certainly is.
And the new tee this year, we haven't talked about the new tee, have we?
It is. We call it the victory tee.
We do. You were upset when they had to change the tee, weren't you?
I was a little upset, but it's all good.
It's all good, yeah. The Big Orange was not happy.
Somebody was.
Well, I think they're a branding company.
Let's just say there were internal concerns.
Absolutely. Well, that defense will be Vance, Kay, Cashin, and Wilkerson. Issues with the scoreboard. They're trying to get that straightened out. Craddock and Moore and Miller, the linebackers. Kime Lee and Williams in that defensive secondary. I saw, talking about Gabe Lee, I saw Macy today, Kroger. We had a nice little chat. I told Macy, I said, I think she's got taller. Had her Union gear on.
Boy, with that, Macy and Olivia both going to be in that Union lineup this year, along with the blonde bomber to boot.
Absolutely.
3/5 of TCA's state championship team is on the Union Ball Club.
I told her when we don't have games, when I don't have a broadcast up at Bethel, I'm going to come watch Union play. Mark Campbell of the game.
Well, here we go.
Well, here we go. Slot here to the near side, receiver here to the near side. They go underneath to the slot receiver. That's Barham. He catches it at the 30 to the 35 to the 40, and it's very close
late flag
to a first down, and I think maybe a late hit at the 40-yard line or a late block, one or the other. But that's going to be a pickup of almost 8 yards, and Stan, I think they're going to tack on more.
Yeah, it's going to be probably, I think, a late hit on that TCA. Barham picks up about 8 on the play. And he's number 4, right? Am I reading that right?
Now that was Barham. They pick up the flag, so maybe no. Boy, I love that chain marker over there. You're right. It's going to be second down at a yard, so they pick up the flag, saying, "No, got a little antsy with it." Here's Shippers in the shotgun. 2 wideouts, far side right, 1 here to the near side, as you can see on your screen. Have to remember, we're not on the radio, so we don't have to worry about that.
Oh, great defense.
Great defense as they pin in the back this time, and Smith had nowhere to go. Now he's still on his feet. Say that's a loss of almost 10 yards or 9 yards, all the way almost back to the original line of scrimmage. No, they give him forward progress to the 36, but a loss of about 6 yards. It's going to be second and almost 7.
Diamond, you remember that old song, "Nowhere to Run, Nowhere to Hide"?
That's exactly right. Shippers in that gun again. Now it's third down and a good 6 anyway. The Lions
changing the play.
3-man front, backers up tight, looking through those holes there. And Shippers
trying to draw us off sides.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion what they want. Now he claps those hands, has it. He'll roll here. Now he's going to throw back across the grade, and the guy wide open. And he missed it. Over leading the receiver Barham, Chad Barham. Stan, that had 6 written all over it. Boy, he had TCA's defense beat.
I mean, Christmas came early for TCA on that play.
Well, I said when I got here today, I told Jay and Phillip that this opening day in football for you is like Christmas. Well, that was a Christmas gift unwrapped for the Lions right there. Out of the game for the Lions will scurry one of the backs, and they'll bring in Waller. Braden's going to stand back inside his 35. What a year he had last year receiving, almost 1,300 yards.
Second leading receiver in the state last year.
Hunter gets it away, and it takes a couple of tumbles, and will roll inside the 20-yard line. And a good job by Waller on a knuckleball kind of kick as he let it go. We have a good friend of ours tonight watching. Her grandson, Braylon Sanford, is a senior offensive and defensive lineman, but my good buddy Deborah Bird Cronin, one of my favorite people of all time. I've had a lot of people to work with me through the years. No one any better than Miss Bird.
Diamond, let's take a look at that starting offense for TCA. The inside guys, it's Vance, Wilson, Cashin, Wilkerson, and Kay, the interior guys. Caleb Williams, Nick Jones, Braden Waller, the receivers. Cooper Vales, the quarterback. And LT, Lakai Tompkins, is your running back.
You might tell the folks who came over that new nickname.
Diamond Dave.
Diamond Dave. We were trying to think of a nickname for Lakai. It's LT. Vales will hand it off to the big guy. He won't get much. A couple yards.
He pushed that rugby scrum
maybe 3 or 4.
Let's
see what we give him. It's going to be a pickup of about 2. Second and 8. Clock running, 10:20. Got the Lion logo there on the clock. Lions and Eagles.
Diamond,
trouble seeing that, will we, Stan?
That play with the motion setting up the option play.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, Cooper has some experience. Remember, he had a really good game down at Tipton Rosemart
2 years ago as a freshman.
Absolutely, he did.
Got that picture of him flying into the end zone.
No one any nervous more than Larry tonight. Here's Cooper. That's that option to Lakai. He makes a really nice upcut and gets up to about the 25. So it's going to be 3rd down and 5, Stanley.
Yeah, short pickup on that play. Ran the option to the short side field. I'm not always the biggest fan of running to the short side on the option play because it gives you not a whole lot of room to make a cut up. But, you know, it's a manageable 3rd and a long 5, short 6.
A lot of folks tuned in and watching. We'll try to say hello to some of you folks. We're not supposed to, but we're going to. I might get us in trouble. Receivers, 3 here to the near side, 1 far side left. Tompkins right behind Vales in the pistol. Here's Vales throwing and overshoots the intended receiver. He tried to hit Waller and would have been a little short of the first down, but you never know with Waller catching at those great hands. He would have got the first down, but it's going to bring out the punting unit, I should say.
And Delk
was punting to what?
Delk's handling the punting, and the big cheese, Colby Moore, is the long snapper for punts and extra points. So
I thought Delk had a really good year for us. Very versatile, isn't he?
He's going to have
offense,
didn't get a lot of time last year because of the depth, but he's going to play a lot.
When he did, remember, Stan, late in the year, he really made do.
He had some plays, that's for sure.
Looks like Barham's going to be the guy back near midfield. That sun goes down, we'll be able to see more. I can't see our monitor. A high And they call for the fair catch, and it's going to be gathered in there right near midfield. That was Robertson gathering it in, I think.
Well, both teams' defenses.
Yeah, that was Braylon Robertson, excuse me. Well, they got it in TCA territory, Stan.
Defenses for both teams hold in the first series. And, Chester County so far winning the field position battle. Let's see if TCA can bow up and make a stop. And like the old song says, pushing back, way back.
Coach Bowling, assisted by Michael Mancini, our good buddy, Nathan Bibb, Will Brasher, Chris Tucker. The Freak is on the staff. Thomas Henderson.
Double wing.
Ball at the 49. Yeah, they run that and run it well. Play fake. Shippers drops back and throws. Got a man over the middle. A great catch. It's caught at the 25-yard line and finally upended, and catching that ball up in the air, Chad Barham. And that's the guy that Coach Bowling talked about to you, Stan, in the pregame. And it's a big first down, big play, all the way down near the 10-yard line at about the 11.
And it wasn't the worst coverage in the world either. We had a guy on him.
He just and a bit bigger.
Yeah, we just, almost had the quarterback. He threw that ball under duress.
They get a late tight end in the game. Now Shippers goes up under center, shielding his eyes, as you can see on your screen.
Yeah.
To get that call from the coaching staff across the way in the stands in the shadows. Everything on our side in the sun. Handoff, cutting it back inside. Running the ball is Smith. Smith is a senior, a veteran, seasoned player. He gets inside the 10. He's down near the 6. But then they marked it at about the 12. So it's going to be second down and about 4 or 5. He got more than
about 3.
Yeah.
Long 3, short.
Here's Shippers handing it off again. Smith has it again. And, boy, the Lions push him back and stop him. And leading that charge was one Nicholas Jones and others.
Nice stop there. Short gain, if any, going to bring up third and about 3. That's going to be third and about 4 now. Don may have lost a little bit.
We talked and bragged a lot about Hank Miller, what a physical player he is, and he is. Nick Jones, pretty physical player, too. 6', making 5'9", 175. Well, now Stanley brings up third and about 4, almost 5. Third and a short 5, long 4.
They're going left.
Here's Shippers.
Nope.
Yeah, they did come back this way and ducking his head and not getting hardly anything.
Great
stop
defense
back there, and a great stop by one Daniel Cashin.
Let's see if we can get a replay on that and see how nice that stop was. Met the charge at the line of scrimmage. 4 Lions in there on the stop. And they're going for him 4th and 3.
3 snuffed the hole, and then Daniel took advantage of it and made the stop.
Colby Moore with the initial contact.
Colby's a very physical player as well. I saw his mom here a moment ago talking to us.
He made a nasty sack in the Jamboree against Southside last week.
We've got a guy on the roster now, James Wilson, freshman, 5, make it 6'1", 290. His nickname, Big Nasty. We need a big nasty play here. Shippers throws. They want to take advantage of Barham. Barham catches it and has the touchdown, and a flag came in anyway. But it is a what, Stan? They call that
about a 5-yard gain.
Well, no, it's a touchdown. So it's going to be a touchdown for, let's call it, 6 yards out, Stan?
Yeah, 5-6 yards in the play.
Well, again, they just took advantage of Barham being able to go up above everybody and catch that football.
Yeah, TCA with a little bit of a size disadvantage in our defensive backs, and they were exploiting that. Using their size advantage was Chester County.
49-yard drive, and at the 6:46 mark, we're going to call it a 6-yard pass. It's hard to tell down there. But Shippers found his receiver, Barham. And into attempt the PAT, the Eagles will knock it through. Boy, barely got through. No, it's no good.
Blocked.
It was a low-line drive. Someone got a hand on it. Couldn't tell here. We'll try to check the replay. But it's 6-0 Eagles with 6:46 in the first. Back for the Lions on offense after this 1-minute break on Worthy Road Studios.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hello, I'm Chad P. Wilson with Foundation Bank, family-owned community bank here in West Tennessee. Your checking account should offer more than a place to just store your money. Our foundation benefits with high-interest accounts include the flexibility of a checking account, with tiered interest rates, identity theft protection, cell phone protection, and more. So start a financial conversation with us today by visiting foundationbank.org or calling us on the number at the screen. In the meantime, go Lions! McKinsey Banking Company is an equal housing lender, member FDIC. Terms and conditions.
A 49-yard drive results in a Chester County touchdown. They lead 7-0 with 6:46 to go in our opening quarter of action.
And the Lions will send back Braden Waller. He's going to be the mid guy. Nick Jones over there, far side left. And here to the near side will be one Owen Atwood. Owen came on, had a good year for us last year. They kick it, and it's going to be Waller dropping back in the end zone, and they'll have to bring it out there. Well, it's going to be 1st and 10 as the now field becomes a little bit easier to see with the shadows just about on this far left end, our left end anyway.
I'll tell you one thing, Dave. I love this TCA uniform combination.
I love it too. Easy to read.
Dark uniform, easy for us to read.
And I like the cosmetic look of them as well. Some will be behind those trees in a few minutes. And it can't come soon enough. That's exactly right. Well, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Lions. They'll have it at the 20-yard line. 49-yard drive a moment ago, capped off with a 6-yard touchdown pass. Shippers to Barham. Chester County has a 6-0 lead. PAT fail.
Well,
and here's Vales in the pistol with Lakai behind him. Hands it off Tompkins. Tompkins hit in the backfield and dropped right there and may have lost a yard. Outstanding defensive play, Stan. Hard to read that blue number, but it looks like it's going to be tackled there that time by Hunt Pipkin, a linebacker that came through there.
Of course, Hunt's mother, the very famous Mickey Mantle.
Well, lovely gal, lovely friend of ours, the former lead Nunamaker.
Like I said, Mickey Mantle.
Mickey Mantle. She did a talk show one time, and Mickey Mantle was the subject of attention one night. Well, Bales.
We've been milking that for years, haven't we?
Have. Bales wants to throw it. Here's the pass downfield. Incomplete. Great coverage. Outstanding coverage by Aiden Welch, a junior. He had, that time, Braden Waller really covered well. Third down.
Welch with a little bit of strut back to his team's huddle there.
Yeah, well, I guess he should. He made a great play there, and that's the second best receiver in the state last year that he was one-on-one with.
Well, there's no doubt Chester County knows they scouts when they know who to cover.
Absolutely. Waller's here to the near side this time. They run the option again. Vales.
Oh, look out.
Oh, he's got a beat on him. He'll try to turn the corner. Now he's going to throw it at the last second, and it's caught by one of the assistant coaches over there.
That was a good job just to get rid of that thing.
Was he on the field when he caught that ball?
If he was, that's a flag.
I guess not, but he got rid of the ball real quick, but, boy, he was real close to being on the field.
Should have been a flag. Well, already TCA's drive goes nowhere. 4th and long. We'll have to punt once again.
Well, 5:56 left here. Again, a big hello to Bird Cronin. One of the best people I've ever met. Her grandson on this Chester County team. Chester County, they're pretty big, Stan. We don't have the heights and weights on them, but, boy, they've got some lean guys, but they've got some beef too, though, don't they? Well, here's Delk having to punt it away now from about his 5-yard line. Here's the punt. Nice high punt, and again calling for the fair catch. They're going to have even better field position than they had last time, and that's Jaden Williams. Is that 18 or 16, Stan? That's hard to read.
Do not know. Cannot.
Boy, it's hard to read those numbers when they ride up a little bit as well. Well, anyway.
Braden Waller on the coverage for TCA.
Chester County's going to have it again. Second time in a row they've had the ball in TCA territory. They'll set up shop at the 46 this time. A moment ago, they capped it off with a 49-yard drive.
And so far, they haven't really beat us on the ground. They've beaten us through the air. We've done a good job.
Yeah,
you and I, the round game so far.
You and I watched them warm up. We thought they'd probably use that big front line. They've got a kid up there, 74, Calvin Meadows, big offensive lineman. Boy, he's a giant. Well, Shippers is in that gun again. Puts a man in motion, far side right. That's Barham. They'll pitch it to Barham on the jet sweep. He'll turn to the 45, to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, to the 25, to the 22-yard line. He'll scurry there. And, boy, they had that smelled out perfectly, and TCA could not come up with the early stop.
Barham, 22 yards on the pickup for Chester County Eagles in good position once again.
Dan, guess who led that sweep blocking? Calvin Meadows. Well, they've got a receiver out there. He's a giant as well, Chad Barham. See if they go back to him. They put a man in motion this time. They come with a jet sweep this time. Cutting back inside and to the 22. He's going to pick up about 4 or 5. Chester County's going to Welch carried at that time, and he gets good yardage to the 21. It's going to be second down now. Didn't get as much as I thought, maybe.
About 3, maybe.
Second down and 7. Jay Cashin in the crowd. Of course, he's our producer-director, along with Philip Robertson tonight, but Jay's son Daniel out there on that front line. 4:55, clock running. Chester County leads 6-0. They've got something going again. Play fake this time. Shippers wants to throw, goes underneath, and catching it is Aiden Welch. Well, he carried it a moment ago. Caught it that time, tackled by Nick Jones, but not before he gets good yardage inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line.
Pickup of 7 and another first down, Chester County.
Make it look pretty easy right there, they stand. TCA's got to bow up here and get a stop. 4.5 left in the first. TCA jumps, and I think we're going to have offside on TCA.
Yeah, that's going to be another fun. We had a problem with that in the Jamboree up at West Carroll against West Carroll and Dresden a couple weeks ago. They were exploiting that. And we're seeing LT Lakai Tompkins in the ball game at linebacker now.
Yep. You'd like for him not to have to go both ways a lot, but right now, the way this thing is trending early, got to get some, maybe a new face in there. Well, the Lions, a lot of people dressed out for the Lions this year, Stan, more than I remember in years. Would you agree?
43.
Here's they fake the jet sweep this time. Then they give it on the counter buck to Smith, and he just scoots right in the end zone untouched. At 4:10, they move it this time 46 yards, and it's now 12-0.
18 yards on the run, a little counter crossbuck action there. Faked the jet sweep and gave the tailback going right up the gut. Wide open, great job by the interior.
Oh, it was 13 yards, wasn't it? I think it was 13 yards, I believe.
You could be right.
I think that's right. It's just hard to tell. The sun goes down in a few minutes.
It'll be a lot easier when the sun goes down.
Here's Colston Callis, the kicker, in to attempt the PAT. Snap back, ball down, kick up, low one again, but this time it does go through. Well, it's 13-0, Chester County. The Eagles are flying high early. 4:10 left here in the first quarter. Lions got to get something going offensively. We'll come back after a 30 on Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz.
McCoy's Heating and Air specializes in more than just HVAC services. Our service department has expert plumbers to handle a wide variety of plumbing issues. Do you have a dripping faucet, broken toilet, or broken water heater? Whatever the issue may be, contact McCoy's today for quick service. Call McCoy's Heating and Air at 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
Football is one reason to love fall. Here's another. Save up to $16,000 on a fully loaded in-ground pool built this fall. Come by Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom on Carriage House Drive in Jackson for full details and see available styles in person.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Well, Chester County, 2 drives, 2 scores. They lead 13-0 with 4:10 to go in our first quarter of action.
Stan, I wouldn't say it's just automatic we got a score here, but boy, a score would keep us in this game right now, wouldn't it?
It's been
not trending early to our advantage. Well, there's a great kick again. Colston Callis puts Waller back at the end of the end zone, and he can't come out, so it's going to be again at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 Lions. Well, a 49-yard drive and a 46-yard drive. Field position has been pretty well in the favor since the opening drive, or second drive anyway, by Chester County in this ballgame.
And TCA coming back out on the offense. Let's see what adjustments we've been able to come up with.
Trying to establish that running game up the middle or on the option plays, but unable to do anything yet. Here's Tompkins with it.
There's some yards.
There's some yards. 27-yard line up near the 30. He's going to be a little short. Going to be about a yard short, and that's exactly what you wanted there. Good offensive blocking that time by that offensive line. Vance, Kay Cashin, and Wilkerson.
Pickup of 9 on the play.
Second down at a yard.
4 carries, 13 yards.
That will open it up a little bit, too.
Yeah.
You got to get something going on one side of it to get the other side
And then you got
open.
2 yards, two downs to gain a yard.
The RPO that time, and now Tompkins has the first down as he scrambles his way over the 35 and up near the 40. Big yards there. We've got a flag back at the 33-yard line, though.
Oh, boy.
Maybe that's why he was able to get so many yards, Stan. Holding on the Lions, so that's going to negate what would have been a first down plus more.
Well, that was an 11-yard pickup on that play too, Dave.
Yep. So the Lions will have to regather their thoughts.
So it's instead of second and short, it'll be second and
about 7.
Second and 7. That they mark from the spot of the foul, so that's a 1, that's 6. He picks up 4 yards in the play.
And that came pretty early on that run too. That flag did, didn't it?
Yep.
Back there. Well, Vales in that pistol again with Tompkins behind him in the pistol. 2 wideouts each way. Put a man in motion, but they give it to Tompkins again. Lakai breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, breaks another tackle.
Looky.
Breaks another tackle. Look at the guy run to the 42-yard line. A big first down, and he says it's a first down, Lions.
21 yards in the pickup for Lakai. And that's 6 carries, 38 yards.
That was a good couple of blocks by the line, but Stan, he got most of that, about 10 yards of it after the
Did you see how deep? Look at this. You saw how long Vales held the ball in there.
Sure did.
He was going to pull it off if he had to. He was reading that play well, but he just muscled his way through.
I think that froze their backers a little bit too. Would you agree? Now Vales again gives it to Lakai. He's at the 45, and good yardage again. To the
Dave,
46
we found something.
Yeah, sure have.
5-yard pickup.
Offensive line getting a little bit more confident right now.
42 on 7 for LT.
Stan, he had a great year last year. You talk about yards, 1,391 rushing yards, 16 touchdowns, at 196 receiving yards. Your game notes paid dividends.
And already receiving Division I offers, Virginia Tech and the Thundering Herd from Marshall among those offering.
I got to call the boys up in Lexington. Again, a handoff. How many times can the kid carry it? This time they stop him after about a yard.
Pickup of 1 on the play.
Good stop that time by that big guys there. Big number 71, one of the guys getting up, Blake Thompson Jr. This is a good Chester County team now, folks. They were 6-5 last year in every game just about. They've won 304 as a program. Under 2 minutes in the first, 13-0 Chester County. But the Lions showing some spunk right now, yeah. Third and about 4.5. Vales runs the RPO, and he's up to the midfield stripe, or did he get there? I don't think he did, and they stop him there.
Pick up of about 2 on the play.
Yeah, needed about 5.5 and got about 2. No, we got a flag again back at the line of scrimmage.
Well, if that's against us, they might decline that one.
They just motion against Chester County, I thought.
Well, then we take that.
Let's wait and see. Now they're pointing toward TCA.
Ruh-roh.
A minute 41. We're not going to get – Stan and I made a pact this year that we're not going to get on the officials this year at all.
I didn't sign that.
I was setting him up. Hey, by the way, Stan, you had some shipping to do a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
UPS or FedEx? Which would you recommend?
It got a little soft. It was a stinky situation.
Oh, we should not tell inside jokes. You just don't do that, folks. Hey, we're great to be with you again this year. Our 15th year together, my 17th together out here at TCA. It's been a labor of love. Well, it's against the Lions. We can figure that out real quick. Holding.
Miss Peggy says hello to both of us. Miss Peggy.
And my Miss Peggy is not feeling well, so she's probably not watching. Now,
Diamond, she's seen enough games she didn't have to watch
That's right. Now they're marking it off.
That's first down. Oh, we'll take it.
Well, he motioned against TCA. He marked it off and then marked it. It had to be a personal foul.
Yeah, personal foul.
It was the first penalty on, would that have been all? Well, no, I guess after the play. That's what it was.
That would be correct.
After the whistle. So the Lions will take it. 1st and 10 at the 47 of Chester County. Glad you're watching tonight. Vales.
Look out.
He's running right at us. He's going to throw it to Waller. Can he stay in? Yes! What a catch. Waller, knowing exactly where he was on the field, caught that ball, put both feet down, comes up a little shaken up. But what a catch by that's Delk that caught that, excuse me. How about Joshua Delk? Stan, I told you, I was impressed with Delk last year, and that is a first down Lions, and that's what Waller's presence will do to you. It'll open other people up, and Delk took advantage.
25 yards.
3 wideouts here to the near side.
Add 5 to it. Should be. They jumped.
There's a flag back in the Chester County backfield. What a catch by Delk. And what a nice throw by Mr. Vales. Carden Vales. I said Carden Vales. Cooper Vales. Carden's probably here.
And it's against Chester County, encroachment on the play.
I can imagine the games that Cardin and Cooper have played in the backyard. I bet those are
And
intense.
not to mention little brother Campbell
That's
is
right.
on the team too.
I bet you they've had some battles. Man, we've got a lot of folks watching tonight. Here's the catch this time. That is Waller catching this one. Not a lot of room to navigate. Waller caught it. Second down, got more than I thought, Stan, about 7 yards. It's going to be second and a long 3. Well, the Lions have something going now, down 13-0. Clock running. Now stop with 1:08.
We're doing a lot of good diversion. It's kind of freezing the Chester County defenders.
What opened this up was Lakai running that ball early. Tompkins has it, stiff arms the guy. Boy, look at him battle. And he makes his way down near the 10-yard line. Stan, they had him in the backfield, and he just stiff-armed the guy right in the chest. Well, you'll watch it here. And what a nice play by Lakai Tompkins. This kid's got greatness written all over him.
9 carries, 46.
He's sort of a cross between the Pony and who else would you compare him with? The Freak? Athletically, anyway?
Yeah. That's a good assumption there.
They're in that pistol. They give it to Lakai again. Lakai right down the gut this time. And he's going to move his way inside the
let's see this one again. Watch the blocking up front on this play.
Great blocking.
Great trap block right there.
And look at Delk come back and pick off a linebacker.
Did a great job. The 2 men pulling, sealed the play off. Lakai able to cut back in off the B block or B gap and make the play.
Coach B doing a great job directing us tonight. Here's Cooper rolling, throwing, caught, and then drop short of the goal line.
Well, third and goal.
23.8.
That's second goal now. I'm sorry.
Waller caught it. You know, the thing about Waller is he catches a lot of balls. He's going to get double coverage, but still catches them. That time the Lions took advantage of the Eagles maybe laying back a little bit too much, and they got the short pattern.
Now, you talk about Waller's catching ability. That play before down there on this end, he made a great block that sprung for a couple extra yards, too. He blocks downfield well.
Third down is actually his third down. Third down and goal. The ball at, where does that stand? The 3?
Inside the 5.
Yeah, about the 3-yard line.
Well,
clock arrested. Coach Bowling over here to the right. Got the visor on tonight.
There is an official up here in the press box working the clock tonight.
Okay.
We don't have remote capabilities yet.
Well, it's going to be third and goal at the 3. Clock now started. And Cooper in that gun. He'll hand it to Tompkins. Why not? He crashes his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions!
Big touchdown line. Look at the play here. Great blocking by Cashing and company up front.
80-yard drive, Stan.
Look at the whole. Held him up. Opened a truck opened up a hole that I could run through. And Lakai Tompkins, his first touchdown of the year, his 17th rushing touchdown as a Lion.
I'm not sure you could run through it, but anyway.
Back in the day.
We'll take it. Waller will be the holder. Moore is the snapper. And Delk is blocked. Well, the Eagles blocked that one, so it's 13-6. 9 seconds left in the first. But the Lions, not that they were ever out of it, are right back in it. Pray tell. 13-6, back after this 30 on Worthy Road Studios.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory. No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Quick scoreboard update. No score between one of our region foes, Harding Academy, giving Kingsbury all they want into the second quarter. That's a nip and tuck game at 0, but Harding Academy playing some good ball early this year. And it is JCM leads Liberty 6-0.
The Cougars are back in action. The old adage, you should have been a Cougar. Here is Delk to kick it away. And that's going to be gathered in over there by Peyton Barham. Peyton coming right at us to the 20, And up at about the 27-yard line. Maybe got a little hanky-panky going after the play down here. Tompkins and one of the Chester County Eagles in a little fracas, but cool heads prevail. So the ball went out. This is this Chester County's worst field position to open up a drive, isn't it?
And that's going to pay dividends for TCA. They've had good field position. This one's going to work out better for TCA.
Ball will be spotted at about the 27-yard line. Between the 27 and 28. 2.8 seconds left in the first. And that sun is finally gone. Boy, a beautiful sunset.
Mercifully.
Behind the trees over there, and it's cool off. It's down in the high 70s now. But, hey, folks, it is August the 18th. Beautiful day in Jackson, West Tennessee today. I stayed here and worked at the home office today. Here's the handoff as the horn sounds. Smith's loose. 50.
We got
40,
one to beat.
35, 30, 25, all the way down inside TCA's 15-yard line. A big run there, Stan. And that was from the 27-yard line all the way to the 16, it appears.
54 yards on the run.
Let's take a break, a 1-minute break. We'll be back with a second. The Eagles right back in business, leading 13-6, and they have it deep in TCA territory after that run from scrimmage. Back up to this 1-minute message on Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz.
McCoy's Heating and Air specializes in more than just HVAC services. Our service department has expert plumbers to handle a wide variety of plumbing issues. Do you have a dripping faucet, broken toilet, or broken water heater? Whatever the issue may be, contact McCoy's today for quick service. Call McCoy's Heating and Air at 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
For the past 22 years, Tennessee Tractor has been committed to you, our customers. That's why our locally owned business delivers great John Deere products with great service at a great price. From the backyard to the back 40, whatever size project your family's got, you can rely on us to help you get it done. From our friendly staff to our reliable equipment and our quality service, Tennessee Tractor has one goal: to keep you and your family up and running. Hometown value, hometown service. That's Tennessee Tractor.
As we begin second quarter play, Chester County leads TCA 13-6. A big run on first down puts the Eagles in TCA territory inside the red zone at the 16.
I can't say enough about the scoreboard, and I can't say enough about this turf. Justin Miller, he's been out there working every day, you tell me, Stan. Boy, it is absolutely, I mean, it's a pro field out there, isn't it?
Nothing finer than God's turf.
1st and 10. The ball tipped up in the air and incomplete. Nice play there defensively.
And that was
Lions, that's going to be one Harrison Vance.
That was Colby. That's Colby Moore got the tip on that.
Okay,
yeah,
I thought it was Harrison Vance. Harrison was running at it trying to catch it. Colby Moore, outstanding young player. His brother was an outstanding player here as well.
Going into the second quarter, no score between Trenton and USJ. Second quarter about to get underway there.
It's going to be second down and 10. The ball at TCA's 16-yard line. 2nd and 10 after that big run from scrimmage that closed out the first quarter. They go this time to the counter play, and there is Barham, or make it Smith. J-Lo Smith, he's down inside the 10 and knocked down finally at about the 5-yard line. A first down. It's 1st and goal now. Getting much cooler. Action pretty hot here, and we're underway. The initial game of 2023. The Lions trying to open up with a home win, but right now down 13-6 and in jeopardy of falling behind further. This kid's pretty good-looking quarterback.
Yep.
Shippers now throws a bullet, and what a catch. Did he catch that ball? He caught that ball. What a catch by Chad Barham. That was a bullet-type throw and really over his shoulder, and he went up with one hand and hauled that thing in. And Stan, you just got to take your helmet off that kid. What a catch.
2 touchdowns for Barham, and they extend their lead now out to 19-6.
That's going to be a 63-yard drive.
Most of it on one play, though.
Right. 54 on one play. And then to attempt the PAT again is Callis. Every PAT's been an adventure for both teams thus far. Snap, back, ball, down, kick up. This time that's the best looking one he's had tonight, and it's good. It's now 20-6 Chester County with 11:06. The 63-yard drive gives them another score. We're back after this 30-second message on Worthy Road Studios.
Your life. Your home.
Your business. Your future. Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank strives to serve its clients in every season of life. With vast experience in personal and business banking, we take pride in guiding you through significant events. At West Tennessee Bank, we help you realize your dreams.
West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
Update on the scoreboard. No score between Peabody and USJ. No score between North Point Christian and Jackson Christian. Greenfield down to Perry County 14-0 in that ball game. And JCM leads Liberty 6-0.
Great to have you aboard tonight. Our game being brought to you by the Blacksmith Restaurant, Carlight Nissan, Foundation Bank, Aloha Pools, Jones Chevrolet, Coca-Cola, Deaton's Carpet, Elite Dental, Humboldt Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Bank of Jackson, Food Right, Waterwell Solutions, Tennessee Tractor, West Tennessee Bank, and McCoy's Heating.
Laundry on the field.
That's
that has to be encroachment on
a little bit too big
Chester.
of a hurry. Yep,
it is,
sure
off sides.
Eyes like an eagle, even after all these years, Stan Gerard.
Other
Moves back to
scores.
35.
Tipton, Rosemark, and Halls tied up at 7.
We'll see Tipton, Rosemark later, won't we? We'll see them on the 20th of October, the next to last game of the regular season before Jackson Christian. 3 at home, 5 on the road, and 2 at home. That's how the schedule mapped out for us this year.
Adamsville leads Fayette Academy 7-0.
Longtime manager and now tech and replay authority is Mac McGehee down there. Know his mom and dad. 11:06, and here's the kick. And it's going to be Waller back. So 1st and 10. Stand field position has been all, for the most part, other than that one drive when they had the big 54-yard run that set up the touchdown a moment ago. It's been pretty well all Chester County, hasn't it?
Well, TCA had that nice drive on their last series. Need another one just like it.
Sure do. And they really were impressive a moment ago. Coach Bowling, 31 years. He's been around, well, not quite as long as I have, but that's a long time.
Middle Tennessee Christian, Columbia Academy knotted up at 7.
And the pistol again. Tompkins right in behind Vales. They put Nick Jones in motion. A decoy. Tompkins has it. Not much. Plowing his way from maybe a yard, maybe, Stan?
Maybe.
I don't know that. I think he just got back to the line of scrimmage. Nice snuff-out play there defensively by the Eagles. How many yards does he have thus far, Stan? 49?
47.
Dak stats? Nope. Presto? Nope.
Dak
Stan, that's right.
Actually, he gained a yard, make that 48 total.
I'd like to get rid of Presto. My goodness.
Is that a new one?
That's a new one, and they're horrible. Here's the handoff to Tompkins. Tompkins bows his way, barrels his way, and tussles his way to the 37-yard line, picked up 16 yards. And I'm telling you, folks, the offensive line did a good job getting him a hold, but, boy, look at that run.
Great blocking up front off the B gap, and then it was all LT dragging Chester County defenders with him.
He took Chad Barham, who's one of their best athletes, and just bulldozed his way right through him like he wasn't there. And that's difficult to do.
64 yards for LT.
Handoff. Tompkins again. Stop. Not much. 3 guys push him back. Leading the charge that time was Cooper Bates, big linebacker. A yard. 2nd down and 9.
Savannah leads MBA 14-6 in that ball game. Or actually Hardin County, I should say.
I was going to say, man, they changed that name down there. Savannah. You're from Savannah, don't you?
It is.
2nd down and 9.
My ex-wife was.
That's not who I was thinking of. Here's the throw. It's caught in midfield to the 45-yard line, and now knocked out of bounds as Waller were there, but not before he gets a big first down. Boy, Waller was wide open. We talk about his ability to catch the ball. How about his ability to get open and find creases? And Vales, nice throw.
21 yards on 2 carries.
Waller might be headed to another historic year, you know it? Went out of bounds, so 9:23, clock arrested. 1st and 10, so here come the Lions right back. Both teams being able to produce some yardage offensively. Bales, straight drop, good protection. Now throws, and is it caught? Did he catch that ball?
So.
I think he held on.
Yes, he did.
What a nice catch.
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams. Boy, he caught that thing, and they hit him, and he was able to hold on right near his belly button. And it's a pickup of almost 5, second and a long 5.
His first contribution as a varsity football player. Of course, TCA's leading scorer last year in basketball, and Coach Dexter's boy.
Dexter gave me the golf cart ride to the press box. Hand off to Tompkins this time, and he refuses to go down.
Oh.
And now he's got to barrel his way to the 45 and out of bounds at the 40. He's real close to the first down.
6-yard pickup, and
he just got that on his own that time. He almost, I'll tell you what he almost did. He stiff-armed the guy. It's going to be third and about a yard. He stiff-armed the guy's stand and came very close to putting that hand up in the helmet.
Yep.
Up your teammates here in this
Yes,
high school game, too, yeah.
I'm going to ask Coach P at his earliest convenience if he can flip the light switch for us.
He's a man of many talents. Here's Tompkins. Not much, but didn't need a lot.
Are you kidding?
He's at the
got
38.
the first down off of that play.
Boy, those lights came on real quick, but Coach P never moved. You didn't move, did you?
Well, just like the police, he is the long arm of the law.
He snapped his fingers. He somehow remotely did that. This guy's talented. A pickup of about 1.5 yards. He needed a yard. He got a little bit more. It's 1st and 10. The Lions have something going, and the crowd loves it here on the home side. And now here's the snap.
Flag.
And
it's against TCA.
Lions got a couple of holding calls early. There's Macy Lee in the crowd down there. Savannah McGee. Yeah, they're all down to our right here. Casey McGee, he's delivering some goods from somewhere and didn't bring us anything.
Well, that's just not fair.
I have to talk to Sarah about that. It's going to be loss of 5. It remains first down. 1st and 15 now. The ball at the 44-yard line. Hash mark left as you see on your screen. Beautiful picture. I'm telling you, Jay does a great job. And Phillip, look at that. Stan, no one any better than Worthy Road Studios equipment and these guys running it.
And the perfect. Our grass looks so good. It looks like turf. It looks so good.
Looks like my yard. 1st and 15. No, my yard looks great, but not this good. And now they got the blitz, and boy, and Tompkins nowhere to go, and he still gets almost back to the line of scrimmage. And
he gains a yard or two.
He sure does. They stopped. That would have been a stop for about 3 or 4 yards, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage and then gets about 1 yard or 2.
If you'll notice on that play, when they saw that man-one motion, defensive end blitzes down and came right in on Lakai.
See Chester County getting reserve in the game. They bring a guy out far side over there.
Now what we're going to have to do is fake that handoff and toss it right out there, and he ought to be wide open.
Well, Cooper can be a magician with it, no doubt about it. They're in the pistol again. 3 wideouts far side right over there. See if they go that way. They're going that way. And Vales will cock and throw, and incomplete. They had Waller covered like a glove that time. Nowhere to go.
Had to throw that one away.
What's your old saying, like the dew? The
morning dew? Covered like the morning dew.
As many times as you said that, I never remember it other than it's something about the dew in the morning. Well, it's going to be – I'm getting older. 3rd down and long yardage.
We're going to hire a producer talking your headset now?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like Harry Carey. Remember when they say 2 balls? He'd go, 2 balls. 1 strike. 1 strike. I miss Harry.
Baseball does.
Let's not even talk about baseball. Man, my Yankees. God,
closest thing we got is the Uke.
I have been struggling lately with those Yanks. They've been struggling, and I'm struggling with them. 3rd down at 13. Bales drops. Bales throws. He's got it down there.
Oh, my!
He's caught with double coverage. What a catch.
Look at this replay. Good protection there.
Great protection. And what a throw.
Throw in the double coverage.
And look at this. Look at that catch.
Concentration deluxe. What was the line of scrimmage on that?
The ball was at the 43.
So that's about a 39-yard reception.
And here's Tompkins. Icing on the cake. Touchdown, Lions.
So the big catch by Waller sets up the 3-yard touchdown run by LT.
LT carries it in at the 7-11 mark. Go by and get a Slurpee. It's 20-12, and the Lions will try to cap it off with a Delt PAT. You had a Slurpee lately? I don't think they're in existence anymore, are they? Snap back. Ball down, kick up, and it's a wobbler, and it's no good.
Ruh-roh.
Well, it's going to be a big score, though, 20-12. Lions back within a score and a 2-point conversion. Too early to think about that anyway. 7-11, but that's a nice drive by the Lions, and it's now 20-12 with 7-11 back after this. Stay with us on Worthy Road Studios.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Ariya.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You know what? I'm not going to say it.
Carlock Nissan of Jackson.
Cooler weather this fall and a colder winter makes a spa even more enjoyable. Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom features a huge selection of spas from the biggest names in the business. Come see us on Carriage House Drive in Jackson today.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local.
12 Chester County will have scores after this play.
And we'll have hellos at halftime. A lot of folks tuned in, watching. Kick, gathered in by
Wood.
Owen Atwood getting up. And Tanner looking to it, 14. Tanner Webb down there, just a freshman.
Yep. Scores from around West Tennessee. Dyer County, Dyersburg tied at 7. Here's a real interesting score, Diamond. At Riverside, Collierville 7. Riverside 7.
Riverside picked by many to be a team to beat around here.
I mean, the biggest school in the state.
The Dragons.
Have you ever seen a picture of their facilities there?
I have, yes.
Wow.
Stan, every time I think of Riverside, I think of that night they had the field real wet. Remember that?
And it was bone dry on the other end.
I thought I was going to have to go to the jail to get you out later that night. Here's a ball dropped.
Oh.
Little screen pattern set up to Smith. Yeah, it was rain all week. We got down there, and
No. It hadn't rained.
That's what it was. It hadn't rained.
It hadn't rained in a month of Sundays.
We got down there, and the field was real wet. And Stan, you almost had a breakdown.
I was standing ankle-deep mud while there was dust swirling on the Riverside side of the field.
I was trying to
I called him out on it.
I was trying to already Google. I don't know that we even had Google then, but I was trying to Google this. I was trying to find someone that could tell me where the detention center was. That almost beat the night we went to Scotts Hill, and you scared me to death driving down there. We'll go to Riverside again, won't we?
Yes,
Here's
we
the
will.
handoff, and not much there for Peyton Barham. And he gets to near the 30, 29. We've had some funny trips. I shouldn't say funny. We've had some interesting trips, Coach B. Basketball, and I think nothing will ever top the gal at Middleton, though.
Shut up. I wasn't the one who put us in that position.
Well, I didn't.
It wasn't me.
I remember the night at Middleton, you fell through the bleachers. We couldn't get you out. She was no help either, was she?
No.
The train, remember the train at Middleton?
Me and her
behind the door, they
had some words at a district tournament at Riverside one year.
Middleton was like, Bailey Howell played at Mississippi State and he played at Middleton, but he played at Boston where they had the old Boston Garden where it was so hot. And we're going to keep it here. But I swear I think they turned that heat up on purpose. Tonight's game being brought to you, Stan, by some great sponsors.
A lot of great sponsors: the Blacksmith Restaurant, Carlock Nissan, Foundation Bank, Aloha Pools and Spas, Jones Chevrolet, Coca-Cola, Deaton's Carpet One, Elite Dental, Humboldt Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, the Bank of Jackson, Food Right, Waterwell Solutions, Tennessee Tractor, who just repaired my mower, West Tennessee Bank, and McCoy's Heating and Air.
So you finally got that mower repaired.
Yep.
I was worried about you for a while. And Food Right, you make a trip to Food Right about twice a week, don't you?
I tell you what.
He really does.
Diamond, the meat department at Food Right, absolutely second to none.
And you're like me, you're on a budget too.
I'm on a budget, as they say over in England, a budget.
Well, after all of this, and we'll get back to being serious, the ball's at the 31-yard line, as you can see, in the Lions' position. Would you agree?
Yeah. Diamond, a familiar name, Big Nate Pequaga at defensive end, defensive end.
Remember his brother and sister. My goodness, what great players and great kids. Here's the pass, and it's caught, but it's going to be short of the first down. Chad Barham's going to catch that ball, and gang tackling. Cashin putting the icing on the cake there. The others there. Also there on the stop was Cole Craddock. And the ball will be short. It's going to be 4th and 2. Well, would Coach Juwan Johnson think about it? Nope.
They're going to punt it away.
If he thought about it, it was a short thinking process, wasn't it?
I do agree with that.
Got to bring Waller. Waller wearing that towel on the backside. He just looks like an athlete.
Well, Diamond, our defense is held, and that's what we need. And we've scored our last 2 possessions, so.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Look at that sunset.
It's gone.
All right. My goodness.
Oh!
Here's Callis booted away, and it took somewhat of a Chester County bounce and then comes back. But nice field position.
Just like your 9-iron almost.
Just like my 9-iron, absolutely.
Diamond, we came close to blocking that.
Sure did. Callis did a pretty good job keeping his composure. They had Callis back there punting at that time.
Callis?
Yeah, they've gone with 2 different guys back there.
No relation to Harry Callis, was it?
Nope, and no relation to my Callis friends up in Trenton. Well, 34-yard line. 1st and 10. Stan, I want you to come out to the ballpark tomorrow. It's the Dream Center. I'm doing the PA work out there for the
softball
fundraiser.
Game.
Yeah, charity softball game. They knew I couldn't play, so they asked me to do the PA.
I'm not going to be making a pinch hitting appearance.
You'll be doing game notes, right?
Yeah.
What
sleeping?
What junior high game do you have next week?
TCA at Jackson Christian.
All right, boy, that's a Donnybrook.
Look at that.
Tompkins, and he bobbles the ball.
Whoa.
After stiff-arming the first guy a little bit. Can't fault the effort, but it's going to be 2nd and about 20 now, about a 10-yard loss.
Not what we really wanted to see right there after that.
Nope. Clock running, 5:15 left. Lovely Lisa Cashin down there taking photographs tonight. She took one of you and I a moment ago, and it didn't break the camera, obviously, because she's still working.
She may have had to put a new disc in it, though.
A new card, right?
Is that what you call it?
Yeah. In the pistol. Again, Tompkins right in behind Vales. Clock running under 5 minutes. Lions down 20-12. Need a big comeback here with a play after that play a moment ago. And overthrows his intended receiver. That was Delk that time and missed him.
Had a 10-yard slant play going, just thrown a little bit high.
That was pretty good coverage, too. And I'll tell you why he had to throw it high was because those big linemen had their hands up.
Yep. And Vale's not the tallest guy on the planet.
No, Carden is not real tall, but – or Cooper. I keep calling him Carden. Carden
Cooper, I'm going to give Cooper your address.
Yeah, Carden could probably play football if you wanted to, but Cooper, yeah, he's 5'9".
Well, you remember Carden, that lick she took at Gibson County where they had to give her stitches.
Oh, yeah, remember. And she came back in the game.
Yeah, she went in the trainers and went, cut me, Mick.
She's tough like her grandmother. Well, our grandmothers. 3rd and long. Vales this time, nowhere to go. Throws it this time, intending that to Caleb Williams here near midfield, and the Lions will have to punt it away.
Well, after 2 scores, the Chester County defense stiffens up, and TCA with 4:43 to go here in the first, going to have to punt the ball away. I smell food.
It is in the house. Dexter has brought food in the house, and look who's eating back here behind us. Tantalizing,
it's not me.
Teasing us. Coach P. Our camera tonight being manned by Bradley White. Coach P, Jay Cash.
Brad's son, Casey, a middle schooler who's showing out early.
Yeah.
Going to be a nice receiver for TCA.
Said he had a good game last night?
Had a big game.
Lions will bring in a late reserve here. Cole Craddock Jr. will come in on the special teams unit. And here's the
nice punt.
That is a nice punt. High. But it takes a Chester County roll, and the Lions will have to down it at the 49-yard line. They're on 49. So, again, for the 3rd time tonight, Chester County will have the ball to start an offensive series in TCA territory.
You know,
lovely student assistant. That her name is Craddock, and her dad's name is Crash, nicknamed Crash. She may be watching tonight.
Never know.
Carla, her older sister up in Chattanooga, and Allison Claire Craddock. I'll call her Claire Berry. She's one of my best ever.
Harding Academy leading 16-0 in their game. Wow.
1st and 10. Hand off Smith. Smith, a little water bug of a guy. Not like Barham, and he is able to crunch his way, if you want to call
about
that.
3.
In his case, slice his way. I don't know that he'd do a lot of crunching, his size. But he gives himself almost 4. 2nd down and a long 6. Clock running 4:17. Stan, I think really important for TCA to keep them from scoring here.
Definitely want to keep them from scoring. If we can hold them, we'll get another crack at it before the half, but got to have a stop.
Shippers this time throws it underneath. Intended receiver was Chad Barham, and TCA had really good coverage that time. And it's incomplete. On the coverage was Cole Crash Craddock. And also there was Owen Atwood. I'm telling you, not only is Coach P over here eating, and then
Jay's putting in our chops.
So it's going to be third, big play here. Third down at a good 6. Shippers being pursued and pressured and sacked.
And Diamond
back at the 48-yard line.
We must have played a Food Right commercial because that guy just got sacked.
He sure did. And the guy that sacked him, Stan, was that Joshua Vincent?
Yes, it is. And I tell you what, that young man,
the junior,
didn't play a down last year in anything except some mop-up territory. And that young man done got all swole up over the summer. And
6'1", 185, yeah.
He has come on strong. He's got a lot of upside potential.
You might look back at halftime of that game, of that play, or even at the end of the game. That was huge. Callis this time, low punt. And Waller will field it at about the 20-yard line to the 30.
Not a bad return.
Not a bad return at all. And a nice return and good decision-making, because if he doesning catch that, that thing rolls inside the 10-yard line.
It rolls and rolls and rolls.
Ryan Chilcutt is watching. Patrick Bunch is tuned in.
Boom!
Patrick has to be happy with the Braves. He's as happy with the Braves as Ocklemore Pitts, Lydia Harper-Smith. And we'll get all the others in at halftime, I promise. Well, the Lions will have it. 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Over there at the hash mark right you see on your screen. Nightfall settling in. Beautiful sky. Absolutely gorgeous.
That's a nice night for football.
Oh, it's beautiful. You couldn't. The Lord's blessed us, no doubt. 1st and 10. Vales hands it Tompkins. Tompkins, student body right, and gets about 5.
Nice.
Well, you get 5 yards on the first down. It sets you up well, doesn't it?
He averaged 7 yards, a little over 7 yards a carry last year. But if you can get 5 yards of whack, you're in good shape.
I was going to do a photo bomb here, but Mom took it before I could get in the picture with the young ladies, the little cheerleaders right in front of me. So it's going to be 2nd down and 5. I think one of those young ladies is Coach Baker's daughter. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20 on his feet, all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Inside the 10, down to the 7. Here's the replay. Good catching. It was just a foot race. 1, 2, 3. Nice layout attempt, but one man to beat, and he laid out to get. Look at this stiff arm attempt. He tried.
What a play by, and what a nice.
What was that?
That was Waller.
10, 20, 30,
and what
40,
a nice quick throw by Vale.
About 52 yards, something like that.
Well, that's what you do. You hit them quick and then get yardage after the throw. And now offside encroachment on Chester County. The ball at the 10-yard line, and now it's going to be 1st and goal at the 5, Stanley.
Oh, by the way, Waller already with 112 yards receiving.
And combine that with Tompkins with already 73 yards rushing.
Got some good offensive numbers.
Absolutely. Versatile.
But here's the deal, Diamond. We're going to have to get more than just those two involved.
In the pistol again. Tompkins hit, stood up straight, and no gain. Ball's actually at the 6.
Well, 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal. Ball moved back to
Diamond.
Well, actually still at the 6.
One of my favorite people, Betty Lucky, sitting in front of us with her grandkids.
Yeah, lovely friend of ours on our Facebook with you and I.
And a faithful viewer of
and the Luckies,
of our sports.
Famous name in Humboldt area.
Yes.
Yes. Boy, what a nice decision by Cooper Vales. And Tompkins goes in from 6. And it's 20-18.
And Diamond, none of these are really those are workman yards too. He's carrying his lunch pail with these carries tonight.
So Tompkins in that pistol again behind Vales. They put a man in motion this time, coming this way. Here's Cooper. Cooper's going to throw. Is it caught? Is that 20 that caught it? That's Owen Atwood.
The big Owen Atwood.
And the Lions move down the field and tie this thing up.
I want to tell you what, when this game started, we kind of looked at each other and went, ruh-roh. But TCA has found their sea legs, And we're starting to play. The defense is stiffening up, and the offense has been clicking pretty good most of the
down to my left because I'm looking through a darkened screen here, and was blocked there for a moment, but it doesn't matter. The PAT or the two-point conversion wasn't blocked. 2020. Look at Coach Bowling. He's working them out down there.
Well, I'll tell you what, look at the top iris on these cameras, and they make the picture so bright.
Patrick Bunch says, boom. That's like the Braves did to my Yankees 3-game sweep the other night. They were booming a lot.
TCA says, hey, Eagles, welcome to the jungle.
Yeah. Nancy Gordon says, way to go. Lydia Harper-Smith says, awesome, TCA. Here's Daniette tuning in again. Way to go, Lions. And now here's Delk to kick it away. Delk end over end. There's little Smith back of the 10. Smith scurrying his way upfield. Got to get a hand on him, and they do.
A 22-yard return. Fumble,
and
maybe?
A fumble. I think he was down, in all honesty. We'll watch the replay here.
Well, yeah, he recovered it anyway.
Yeah, he's slow to get up.
That's a knee. That's
like holding his hamstring, it looks like.
No, left knee.
All right, let's hope he's all right. He did take an awkward spill.
Focus on an injured player.
And he's up and sitting on his backside now, so hopefully he'll be okay. 1:16 left. Stay with us at halftime. Stan will have a sweep of the scoreboard. A lot of action going on all over the West South. You're not doing East Tennessee scores this year? I always wanted to see how Farragut was doing, and Knoxville, Gibbs, and those kind of people.
Actually, Maryville was leading their game.
Maryville was leading their game.
Or as they like to say on some of the message boards,
Coach P, you remember?
Maryville.
Yeah, Coach P, you remember when he would do Knoxville, Gibbs, and he would do Maryville? And
I liked it when I gave the Ugawa score.
Ugawa, yeah.
Coach Northcutt had to teach me how to pronounce Ugawa.
Yeah, that's right. But
sound like a high school from Indiana, to tell you the truth.
It's like those names of towns down in Mississippi. Well, Stan, good news. Smith is up and putting weight on both of his legs. So that is good news.
Towns in Mississippi.
That is our policy, not to show you.
Loch Ness, Mississippi.
Loch Ness. If I can read. I can't read my own phone.
Gerard Jimerson
is a big supporter of LT and the Lions. He's watching over in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Little Rock.
Here's the quarterback dropping back, throwing, got a man wide open and missed him again. That's the second time tonight.
Blown coverage there.
Yeah, blown coverage, and Shippers just anxious to get away, maybe too quick. It's early in the year.
Peggy Bird, go Lions.
Timing. That's Bird, B-Y-R-D. Reed Rex, one of my favorite players of all time out here. Here's the throw underneath to Chad Barham, and Barham has knocked out of bounds into the TCA bench. And the Lions loving it, but not before Chester County got big yardage. I'm telling you, this kid Barham, Stan, we don't have the height and weight on him, but look at him. He is a specimen, number 7. I'll tell you how impressive he is. Look how he fills out those shoulder pads and that number on that uniform.
Very well.
That's pretty spectacular. Reminds me of you when you were younger in Indiana. Around that time. Outstanding play defensively. And who was that,
That
Stan?
was
Coach B, who's wearing 16 tonight?
The G-Man.
The G-Man, the General, Gabe Lee. Talked to Macy at Kroger today.
16 and then 15 below it.
The machine asked me, did I want to see the balance? I said, no, just give me 40. So it's going to be second down at 10. 41 yard line.
There you go. Do you want to see your balance?
No. I said no. Here is Shippers throwing it to Barham again. Incomplete. Again, great coverage downfield.
Watch that here. That is making that play was turn your uniform just a little bit, young man.
Was back there. Crash was back there as well. And with 47 seconds left, TCA calls the timeout.
Smart play here.
It is. And it's a chance for them to maybe get their paws back on it here. The Lions will take a quick 30. We're back. We're tied 20-20.
Waterwell Solutions offers experienced water well drilling and service throughout the greater West Tennessee area. Whether you need a 4-inch residential well or a 16-inch irrigation or municipal well, they have you covered. Waterwell Solutions has located. You need residential well service or a new water well, give them a call at 731-779-1275. Well, you saw Waterwell Solutions. That was an example of one of the big jobs they do, but hey, they'll install a home well for you as well. Big or small, Waterwell Solutions, they do it all.
No doubt about it. Well, they're going to go 3rd down and 10. Shippers.
Pressure.
Trackside.
You know, I talked to Coach earlier. He said, I can't pronounce that guy's name. I looked, I go, channel your innermost, Johnny Most. It's Nate Paguagua.
Well, it took you and I about 2 years to get
I gave up on that. I gave up on that earlier. Big Nate.
Lambeth had we're going to keep it here. Lambeth had a linebacker one time named Tuasamatatelli. Bingham Tuasamatatelli. Every time we went on the road, the PA guys would say, how do you do it? I said, well, I had to learn it. After a while, you just get it.
Well, he was playing like his big brother there.
Lions with 26 seconds. Not highly probable you could score, but, hey, we'll take a chance.
A
Tied
big play
at 20-20.
offense. A
Absolutely.
big play offense. You might as well.
Yeah, maybe go to Delk or Waller to punt it away back near the 20.
Now, Diamond, if the guy would have laid out, we had a chance to block the last punt.
Laura Young-Kraft tuned in tonight. Andrea Clark. Here's the punt. Boy, what a punt. Outstanding punt. And Waller's just going to watch that thing roll all the way down.
I
that
think
thing's
he got
going to
all
go in the
that
end
one.
zone. He got every bit of that. That's a 65-yard punt.
Fortunately, we'll get it back to the 20.
You don't see many high schoolers kick them. I don't see many college kids kicking them 65.
Diamond, Ken Northcutt, his ears must have been burned because he's watching. And Lois Ann Franklin is watching. Ralphie's such a good boy.
Oh, Ralphie's a great kid. No
Ralphie's
doubt about
a
it.
good boy.
Four-legged kid. Udawa. OOTAWAH. Udawa.
Utawa.
Yeah. I think I'm right. 20-yard line, who knows? At this point, most of you don't care. It's going to be.
And if you ever did, seek counseling.
Yeah, that's right. And Bales, who's got to take a knee, but I think the whistle's shrill before the snap, to be honest with you.
Well,
10 seconds. We'll just take a knee and let this thing run out and be happy with a 20-20 tie.
Yeah.
Someone called a timeout. Who called it?
TCA did.
Well, let's take a quick 30. We'll come back, see how this thing closes out. We're tied at 20-20 on a beautiful night for football or anything else for that matter here in West Tennessee. 12.1 seconds left.
It's in the Jackson and West Tennessee markets. Our top priority is listening to your goals and dreams, helping you develop a plan to achieve them. Benefit from our more than 100 years of experience. Visit us at Thompson Farms or give us a call. West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
Thank you very much, Philip Robertson, our producer-director tonight, along with Jay Cashin and Bradley White, our cameraman tonight. Dave McCulley, Stan Gerard with you from TCA. Hand off Tompkins, and he'll crash his way maybe for a yard or two. And that's probably going to be the last play of the Lions then got back in the game, 13-6. Then it was 20-6, and now we're tied at 20-20. So 14 unanswered by the Lions to close out this half. We're at halftime. Our score, TCA 20, Chester County 20. We'll take a 2-minute break. Be back, recap the scoring, give you some stats, and Stan will have scores. And a lot of hellos to a lot of you watching tonight. Back after this on Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz.
We real and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hello folks, this is Gary Deaton, right here at Deaton's Carpet One. I want to let you know we've been in business for 48 years. Here's what I believe has made the difference. Our lifetime labor warranty on everything we install. Our healthy living installations, bacteria and germs cannot survive in our new flooring. Our beautiful guarantee, if you don't just love it, we'll replace it. It will make your flooring experience priceless. We're located on Freedom Highway, 1000 Highway 45 bypass in good old Jackson, Tennessee.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson. Say it all.
And welcome back to Trinity Christian Academy. My name's Stan Gerard. At the half, we're tied at 20 between TCA and Chester County. Let's take a quick look at the scoreboard from around West Tennessee. Here's what we got going. Last night, it was Dresden knocking off Westview 40-34. Milan over South Gibson 28-21. FACS over MLK Prep 70-0. Last score we had at Riverside Academy 7-0. USJ was leading Peabody 7-0. Well, I called it. Ensworth 26, Union City 6. Tipton Rosemark leads Halls 28-7. Ripley and Southside tied at 7 at the half. Blake Butler's ECS bunch, they're tied with Good Pastures 7-all. JCM led Liberty 6-0, and Gibson County leads West Carroll by a score of 22-15. That's a quick look at the scoreboard. We're going to take another timeout. When we come back, I'll have a few stats and another look at the scoreboard. It's TCA football right here on the BallGame Blitz.
For the past 22 years, Tennessee Tractor has been committed to you, our customers. That's why our locally owned business delivers great John Deere products with great service at a great price. From the backyard to the back 40, whatever size project your family's got, you can rely on us to help you get it done. Hometown value, hometown service. That's Tennessee Tractor.
Hello, I'm Chad P. Wilson with Foundation Bank, a family-owned community bank here in West Tennessee. You know, home buying can be a long and confusing process, especially in today's market. Well, our Home Sweet Home Loan program offers incredibly competitive rates and allows you to keep your loan local throughout the entire life of the loan. So start your financial conversation with us today by visiting foundationbank.org or calling us on the number on the screen. In the meantime, go Lions! McKinsey Banking Company and Foundation Bank are an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Aria.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should. You know what? I'm not going to say it.
Massive showroom features a huge selection of spas from the biggest names in the business. Come see us on Carriage House Drive in Jackson today.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank has assembled an all-star staff with decades of experience in the Jackson and West Tennessee market. 100 years of experience. Visit us at Thompson Farms or give us a call. West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
Waterwell Solutions offers experienced water well drilling and service throughout the greater West Tennessee area. Whether you need a 4-inch residential well or a 16-inch irrigation or municipal well, they have you covered. Waterwell Solutions has locations in Summerville and Brownsville with a fleet of service trucks and well service technicians that are ready to cover your service needs. If you need residential well service or a new water well, give them a call at 731-779-1275.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hello, our lifetime labor warranty on everything we install. Our healthy living installation, bacteria and germs cannot survive in our new flooring. Our beautiful guarantee, if you don't just love it, we'll replace it. It will make your flooring experience priceless. We're located on Freedom Highway, 1000 Highway 45 bypass.
Well, Chester County, they jumped out to a 13-0 lead. TCA has climbed off the deck, and we are tied at the half at 20. Let's take a quick look at some of the TCA statistics. Receiving, Williams 1 for 4, Delk 1 for 25, And Waller, 21, with 4 receptions for 100, and we are tied at 20, as you can see right there on your screen. We'll take another look at the scoreboard. USJ and Peabody. USJ 7-0 in that ball game. 13-0 Jackson Christian over North Point Christian. JCM leads Liberty 12-0. Huntington leads McKenzie 14-12. As we said earlier, Goodpasture leads ECS, or actually, Goodpasture and ECS tied at 7 in that ball game. Well, while we got a chance, we're going to get in some commercial commitments here. And we will be back after this message. You're watching TCA football on the BallGame Blitz.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Hi, I'm Stan Gerard for your local Food Right. Food Right is the home of the butcher. Food Right is proud to sell certified Angus beef. It's the very best there is. All of our beef, signature pork, and chicken. 11 locations across West Tennessee is where you need to go. Have a great day, everyone, and much more importantly, God bless.
We want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hello, I'm Chad P. Wilson with Foundation Bank, family-owned community bank here in West Tennessee. Your checking account should offer more than a place to just store your money. Our foundation benefits with high-interest accounts include the flexibility of a checking account with tiered interest rates, identity theft protection, cell phone protection, and more. So start a financial conversation with us today by visiting foundationbank.org or calling us on the number at the screen. In the meantime, go Lions! McKenzie Banking Company is an equal housing lender, member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
Football is one reason to love fall. Here's another. Save up to $16,000 on a fully loaded ingrown.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at Humboldt.
Performing right in front of us. Welcome back, everybody. Diamond Dave along with Stan the Man tonight. We do apologize. We understand we have had some technical issues. We are working on those, some delays, but certainly go back and watch the replay as well if you want to even get a better view of it. But we do apologize. 6:46 in the first, 49-yard drive by Chester County, capped off by the 6-yard pass, Shipper to Barham, made it 6-0. The PAT by Chester County was no good. Then they came right back a little over 2 minutes later. Actually, 2 minutes and about 40 seconds. Smith, a 13-yard run, capping off another drive from 46 yards out. They made it 13-0 with a PAT. Then an 80-yard drive by Chester County. That's how we stood at the end of one. Chester County got right back on the board. 63-yard drive, Shipper to Barham, a 6-yard touchdown pass. And that came in the second quarter, made it 20-6. Callis's PAT did anyway. Then a 3-yard LT, Lakai Tompkins run at the 7-11 mark, capping off an 80-yard. 2 left in the first half. The 2-point conversion from Cooper Vales to a big night. Offensive explosion by both teams here.
It certainly has been. TCA actually more yards through the air than on the ground. We've got 81 yards unofficially on the ground, and we've got Waller with 112 receiving on 4. Delk with 1 for 25, sits at 137, and we're at 141, roughly of offense.
Absolutely. Well, John Brailsford's tuned in, a longtime supporter of ours, board operator for us for years as well. But let you know, a moment ago, Joan Council is watching over from New Bern over in Dyer County. Courtney Henning is watching. Billy Cantrell says we're having a little bit of the folks are having the delays as well, but we are working on that. Doodle Butler is watching up in McKenzie. We'd like to get a Huntington-McKenzie score. Do you have that one, Stan?
14-12 McKenzie.
Ricky Charlie is tuned in. Billy Malden's watching. Loris Ann says the same. So let's do this. Let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll come back and give Stan's thoughts about what the Lions have to do to pull this thing out with Chester County. We're tied at 20-20 at the break. Stay with us. This is TCA Football on Worthy Road Studios.
Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
McCoy's Heating and Air specializes in more than just HVAC services. Our service department has expert plumbers to handle a wide variety of plumbing issues. Do you have a dripping faucet, broken toilet, or broken water heater? Whatever the issue may be, contact McCoy's today for quick service. Call McCoy's Heating and Air at 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
And welcome back. Well, we're glad you joined us. We apologize for the internet interruptions. We've hopefully got that corrected. The good thing is all you missed was me and Dave talking a little bit, so you didn't miss much.
I was going to say, they probably went, okay, time to go to the fridge to get some milk and some cookies. All right, we're getting ready. Tied at 20, Stan. Very quickly, before the kickoff, what do you expect here in the second half?
Oh, we got to get the offense a little more varied. You know, and we're just about set with a kickoff, and here we go, Dave.
All right, here's the kick. It's got to be gathered in around the 10-yard line. Back this way, coming this way at us. And we'll spot that number 4 here in a second.
Nice return, though.
And that was a good return. And it will be TCA with the first offensive series of plays to open up this second half. We're trying to help Channel 7 out here. If I can find another.
Well,
there's TCA's. I'm not sure. I don't have an extra Chester County. That's the only one I have. Yeah, sure. Trying to help our folks and our friends out at Channel 7, WBBJ. They're here filming tonight. We'll let him take a picture of that if he can get it.
First offensive play for TCA here. They come out in the spread formation. Two receivers to the south.
You're quite welcome.
And a wing back tight.
Trying to help our fellow media folks out here. And here's the handoff. Lakai. LT with it to the 30. The line of scrimmage was around the 29 stand. So
he'll pick up 6.
Yeah, about 6 more than. You know, the thing about him, Stan, is you think he's going to be stopped for 2 or 3, and he winds up with about 5 or 6 almost every play, doesn't he?
Well, the blocking back, the wing back on that play did a nice job lead blocking for him, cleared that hole out. And Diamond, that was closer to 7, actually.
It really was. Let's call it second and a long 3. We're tied at 20. Great to have you aboard, and we do apologize for those technical difficulties we had, but our guys worked hard on that, and they got us back going here.
Just in the nick of time.
Yep. Here is the run the far side right. That's going to be a first down. That's Waller carrying it on the counter there.
No, that was Cooper.
Was that Cooper Bales? Cooper kept it, yeah. Well, we called him Carden all night, and now he gets the big run up to the 43. We missed that, trying to help our folks Channel 7 out here.
He did a great job, held on to the ball, and Lakai pulled out and took off and used his speed to get around the pursuing defensive ends.
Well, from the 29 up to now the 44, and now whistles, and let's see what this is about. Christy Jones is tuned in tonight. So Stan, you got to dot your I's and cross your T's.
Yep.
Up to the 49-yard line.
Well, what is she? The boss? She's the boss lady.
Yeah, she's one of the stalwarts out here, and we've got several, and many of them. TCA,
Alabama fan too.
Roll Tide, yes. We had a great time interviewing Jarrell Washington for some fellow folks here the other day. 1st and 5 at the 49. Former TCA great. Look at Tompkins. He refuses to go down. And what does that second and third effort give him? It gives him a Lion first down.
93 yards for LT Lakai Tompkins.
Shanny sort of turned sideways and kept his feet moving, didn't he?
Well, you know, just like Gale Sayers, all he needed was 18 inches.
Listen, Gale Sayers was Man, oh man, what a great player.
I can go on for days about Gale.
And now Chester County jumps. Second time they've given TCA a cheap 5.
You talk about Gale Sayers, and we all know how great Sweetness was, the greatest Bears running back of all time. But you realize Gale Sayers made the Hall of Fame playing just 72 games?
Yes, and he retired at a very early age.
Knee injuries racked him, and he still makes the Hall of Fame.
Even when he had those knee injuries, he still was great. 1st and 5, now the ball at the 40. Vales throws. Vales hits the receiver, and he is able to dodge a couple of would-be tacklers. And another Lion first down to the 30 stand.
Big gain, going to be about 11 on that.
Waller
with the 11-yard pickup.
They've got Chester County back on the heels. This is a game that TCA has never led. This drive, if they were able to finish it off, will give them just that. We haven't mentioned Kevin Hansen tonight. I look down at midfield. There he is. An institution out here.
Hopefully he remains very unbusy tonight.
That's exactly right. He was busy last year, wasn't he? 29-yard line from their own 29 now to the 29. A mix-up of the handoff, and Lakai LT is going to be corralled back at about the 37-yard line. A little bit of a mis-handoff or something happened there on the handoff from Vales to Lakai, and it cost him.
Vales wanted to pull it. Lakai wanted to keep it.
Yep, I think that's it.
Lakai won, but he gave the defense time to catch up.
Well, as tough as Cooper Vales is, and I always said this about his sister, tough as nails, but Lakai is going to win that argument every time holding on to the football.
Yeah.
9-10 left in the third. Tied at 20. TCA took the kickoff from their own 29. Now it's at the 37. Here's a throw out in the flat. Caught. Dodging a couple of would-be tacklers. Again, the receiver. And that's going to be, is that Delk that time, isn't it?
We'll see.
Got to spot that number over there.
9, Delk.
Now it's going to be third down. They get the yards back that they lost, TCA does.
2 receptions, 34 for, I keep wanting to say Tony Delk.
Yep.
But it's Joshua Delk.
MVP of the 96 national title game in Syracuse.
I had to lead you into that.
Where the Cats beat and won the national title in the northern part of the country.
Single press coverage on the bottom.
Yep, third down and 10. Nick Jones in motion. Tompkins down the gut. Tompkins inside the 25 to about the 24. That's going to set up now 4th and about 4.
Let's look at that again. That delay, it freezes the defensive players. They don't know what to do, and by the time they figure it out, Lakai's got 8-9 yards down the field.
4th and 4, the ball at the 24. 7:50. This has been a time-consuming drive. The opening drive of the third stanza, tied at 20 with Chester County. TCA on the prowl. The Lions try to growl their way even further deeper. They come with a blitz. Vales is hit as he throws, but he gets it off, and it's caught. That's going to be a touchdown.
Oh, my!
What a play. And Vales able to dodge the would-be tackler, and it's a touchdown, Lions.
17-yard touchdown to Mr. Waller.
Waller able to use those nifty feet after he caught it and stand yards after a catch. Amazing. And the Lions have their first lead of the night.
6 receptions, 140.
Wait a minute.
What?
Ball back at the 19. He must have stepped out of bounds. I apologize.
Well,
I think we're stunned like everyone on this side. Well, at the 19, it's a head off to Tompkins. Lakai, LT, able to lower his head, move inside the 15, picks up about 6 to about the 13. Flag on the play back in the backfield. That's not good news when the flag's back there. It's probably holding. Clint Reed, you got a great voice.
The golden tones of Clint Reed.
He's got that Bob Shepard, that golden tones, that deep voice. You and I
He's fun to work a baseball game with.
You and I used to have deeper voices. We've got older.
Swing low, sweet chariot.
Coach B, I didn't ask him to do that. Tied at 20, 7:25 with Stan. TCA really looks dazzling, and then they sort of shoot themselves in the foot a couple of times.
Well,
we keep dodging bullets here by getting first downs again, but now it's first and forever. The ball back at the 27.
Here's the announcer speaking. Just gives us more room to run our patterns.
Well, that's true. 1st and 20. Receivers, 2 here to the near side on your screen, 1 far side right. Here's the RPO, the run pass option to Lakai, and able to get back the line of scrimmage and maybe get a couple, and that's it. to about the 25, maybe 26. Didn't get but a yard or two. Second and about 18 now. Under 7 minutes.
97 unofficially.
Yep. Cooper does a really good job running that RPO, doesn't he?
Yep.
3 receivers stacked up here right on the bottom of your screen. Bales roll and throws. Incomplete. Tried to hit Waller. They had a bit of a shade of a 2-man coverage over there. For the most part, that was 1-on-1, though. But the ball thrown over his head.
Try a little out pattern there, and the ball overthrown. Thought he was going to make a chair out of it.
So it's going to be hash mark left, and third and almost 18 yards.
Yeah, we're going to need to pick up at least 10 to 15 more yards to get in field goal range if we're thinking that. It's got to be about a 30-yard field goal or less.
The pistol again. Tompkins back there to block. Vales throws. Waller's down there and incomplete. Double coverage that time, and let's hope Waller's okay. He came down a little bit awkward over there near the track. Let's hope he's all right. Well, it's going to be fourth at about 18. And to our chagrin, we were talking about Kevin Hansen. I think it's just the way they're looking at it. Kevin Hansen running out there real quick and the doctor, but I think it's just a leg cramp the way they're doing the legs over there, Stan. You don't see it on your screen. We have, as Stan told you, we don't show the injuries on our screen, but that's what it is. You can take my word for it. It's just a leg cramp.
Well,
those things hurt.
Trust me. Did you ever have a leg cramp in front of 15,000 people on Friday night when you're in your 3-point stance?
No, I've never played football, but I'll tell you this.
And you just fall forward?
You and I have leg cramps, and we don't play football.
I've had them playing, and I've had them wake me up out of a deep sleep, and I'd rather been shot and killed than fight that cramp off.
Those are painful. We'll be back with you next week. Good Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise. It will be Grace Christian coming in here. Airtime at 6:30 on Weather Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz. And remember,
a playoff opponent from a couple of years ago.
Yeah, remember that. This is a copyright broadcast at Worthy Road Studios for the year of our Lord 2023. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, editing, or further use of this BallGame Blitz TV show and BallGame without the written consent of Worthy Road Studios is strictly prohibited. Yeah, he's up on his feet, coming back over this way with.
Well, the good news is he's walking.
He is walking. Yep, gingerly, but he is walking.
Well,
clock arrested, 6:36.
So if he's going to be out, who's going to step up and be the hero, Diamond?
Well,
Delk's shown the ability, and we're going to have to ask Caleb Williams to step up a little bit and others.
Absolutely. Owen Atwood, capable.
The big O, yep.
26-yard lines where the ball rests on the hash mark there. The official standing over it. And it's going to be fourth and almost 18 yards. At this point, you just go for it. You don't try to pooch it down there. I think you just go for it. Well,
if we were going to punt it, we'd send you into the ball game and say kick it as far as you can.
Yeah, exactly, which would be about 12 yards. Well, Waller,
be right into the corner.
Yeah, that's right. Waller is going to have to step back to the back of the end zone. He would stop there in the middle of the end zone, so they can bring him around this way. And they're waiting for that to clear out before they allow the team to snap the ball. Billy Malden tuned in. Kimberly Craddock. And, Kimberly, you're right. Our guys pulled off some rabbits out of the hat. And we appreciate your nice comment, but we do have that corrected now. Jay and Coach P, good job, guys. They should. They make big bucks.
Well,
man, oh, man. You and I missed our call, and we should be in production other than announcing.
Nah, I'll stick with announcing.
Here's Bales, a little screen pass to Tompkins. LT has it. He's got yardage to the 20, 15, and they finally knock him out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. It's going to be short. Had to get inside the 10, had to get down to about the 9, and it's going to be a great effort by LT on the reception from Bales, but the Lions come up short. But the thing about that, Stan, it does pin Chester County deep in their own territory.
It certainly does on that.
Now,
and with, what is that, 6:25 to go, we're tied at 20.
Now, if Kimberly Craddock is watching, would we call her Mrs. Crash Craddock?
Mrs. C.
Okay, Mrs. C, okay. Mrs. CC, Mrs. Crash Craddock. All right, you wouldn't call a lady Crash under any circumstances, right? All right, Stanley, the ball's going to be at the 14-yard line. Sometimes I catch him off guard and he's speechless, which is very rare.
Well, sometimes, in this case, it was better that you called me speechless.
Better to be speechless, that's right. So the ball is at about the 8-yard line. Here's the handoff, and that's running that ball is going to be Peyton Barham. And Barham is up to about the 24-yard line.
Great job by their center and guard, just opening up a massive hole that they were able to come through and get that first down yardage.
Bob Granning just sent me a message. He's at Yankee Stadium tonight. How about that?
Trying to rub again, huh?
Yeah, go Yanks. Bob is actually named Robert Mantle Granning, named after Mickey Mantle. 1st and 10 after the big pickup. Rolling left and running out of bounds, and now throwing the ball out of bounds, actually losing out of bounds. A flag back here at about the 18-yard line, and that's going to be probably holding on Chester County, but I think a late flag came in. There's 2 flags, one at the 20.
Should be
the official just placed
then.
down, and then there's another one at about the 17, and then 2 more flags, or another flag up where he was knocked out of bounds.
Chances are they're going to say a late hit there, and that's a call you almost have to give on that sideline.
Right.
And hopefully this will be offsetting.
Unless it's a dead ball foul. But I think they just knocked him out of bounds or hit him out of bounds after I'm not sure.
Would love to see the replay on that one. But
holding on Chester County. And then that'll mark that off. And then they'll bring it back. Personal foul against TCA.
So basically a 5-yard penalty.
Yep. And that will move the ball to the 34, where it will remain now first at about 6.
You know, instead of doing that Army refereeing, why not just look at where you are, look at the count, and just do it in your head and just play it short and keep the game going?
Well, the integrity of the game, I think, would be questioned. What do you think?
That's an overrated term, integrity of the game.
29-yard line, handoff, and running back up to about the 34. That's the first time we've seen that set in a long time where they just had Peyton Barham back there and said, we're going to give it to you, big boy. And let's see if he gets the first down, and he does, to the 34-yard line. 5:40. TCA dominated the time of that first drive. Now they go here for the short pass to the big guy. That's Chad Barham, and he's hit hard and no gain. Great pursuit. And what a nice play defensively by a host of Lions.
I tell you, I'm looking to see.
First guy there was Cole Craddock.
That was Nick Jones, who had him around the ankles.
Yeah, Nick had him up.
Holding on for dear life.
And then Craddock had him up top.
His friends came to the party.
Yeah.
His friends crashed the party.
Sounds like a law firm. Cole and Craddock.
Actually, it does.
They did crash the party. You're right. I get your drift now. Hand off this time. Great play. That's Cashin, I think, that made that play. And it's going to be Peyton Barham. He's hit in the backfield, slow to get up. And no, that's that was actually 23 that made that stop. Ethan Kaufman made that stop, Stan.
You know, I just gave Cashin a nickname. Cash Money.
Cash Money. It'd be like Macy.
Money.
Yeah. I see
Daniel's Cash Money.
Lee family right down to my right. 3rd down and almost 6.
Well, here's big play here.
Short 6, long 5. Here is Shippers rolling, throwing, incomplete. And the Lions hold, and they'll have to punt the ball, they being the Eagles.
Well, if they decide to punt, my friend Wanda Roden from Henderson Chicken. Hey, Miss Wanda, how are you doing? Let's hope they don't get another 60-yard punt off.
You have friends spiced all over the world, don't you?
Yes, I do.
2020-419.
I'm not only popular in Jackson, I'm popular in towns like Adamsville, Tiptonville.
Yeah, you could run for mayor of Adamsville.
I'd have a better chance today than I would 4 years ago.
Which still would be Slim and none, and Slim's left town. Here's the kick by.
We're going to
get it. Going to be a foul on
first down.
TCA, yep. Roughing the punter. Had 3 or 4 guys back there.
Yeah, can we see that again if that's possible?
Coach Bowling is not happy with the troops, and he's not happy with the official.
Well,
he was directing his attention to the players first, and now he's directing his attention to the white hat. Now he takes his visor off. Not happy, Stan.
There was contact, but I think he may be starring in the spring musical as well.
A little acting job, you think?
Maybe.
Huh?
I don't know. Chances are it's probably a good call, but, man, Because we had an opportunity. You remember I said in the first half we almost blocked one.
Yeah, sure did.
Well, we went for it that time.
You're right. Fourth down. They mark it off from the point of infraction. Is that right? No.
It's automatic. Should be automatic.
It should be an automatic. Should be a first down, shouldn't it?
Well, unless it was just a 5-yard penalty. I don't know.
It must have been that he just it wasn't roughing the punter. He just
I don't know.
I'm not sure either. Fourth and less than a yard's what it is.
Well, where's Larry Lewis when you need him?
Larry, great official. Larry works here at TCA now. Do you know that?
I did not know that.
He teaches. He was a sub for a while. Now he's teaching.
What's he teach?
I think. He does not. Okay. Fourth and less than a yard. We dig ourselves more holes. And here's Shippers. He dug him out of a hole that time and gets the first down. I'm not sure, Stan, and we apologize, who the white hat is tonight. I can't tell.
I do not know.
Didn't bring my field glasses tonight. Well, Stan, after all of that, we thought it was going to be a first down. We thought maybe we'd held them. Then we thought it was going to be a first down, but they do get the first down with less than a yard to go for it.
All we figure out is we don't know what we're talking about.
After an offensive explosion in the first half, 20-20, no score here. Play fake, Shippers throws, and there's the intended receiver downfield. He dropped it. He should have caught it.
3.
Colton Trice. That time, Shippers had overthrown the first two that they didn't connect. That one should have been caught, and Trice would be the first to tell you should have caught it.
That's 3 touchdowns Chester's thrown away.
Yep. He had the defenders beat. And Coach Bowling down there, and he knows they dodged a score that time. Well, it's going to be first or make it second down. Still 10 yards to go, but Stan, it was on his fingertips. He should have caught it. And no disrespect to the Trice family.
No, that's he knows. As soon as he come up, he knew he should have had that.
Again, a big hello to our good buddy Deborah Bird Cronin. Her grandson plays on this Chester County team. Braylon Sanford. He's a lineman. Shippers throws on the
nice slant,
and he dropped the ball.
TCA
After
ball.
getting the first down, TCA's got it. That was a great slant-in pattern, and it was caught, and then bobbling it and coughing it up was Chad Barham.
Who made that tackle?
I'm not sure who made it. He actually, I think, dropped it before the tackle got there, I think. We'll have to double check. Could you tell?
Hammer and Hank
Hammer
Miller.
and Hank. Don't take anything away from Hammer and Hank.
He brought the hammer down. Break it down. Well, actually, it's hammer time. Break it down.
You know who the white hat is?
Have no idea.
Larry Lewis. I get your drift now. Thank you. All right, I get your drift. Thank you. 39-yard line. We dug another hole. And
Not me. Not me this time.
2 receivers each way. The Lions, that's a snap that, boy, Vale's great hands went back to his right and caught it. Tompkins, the workhorse. Nothing much, maybe 2 yards to the 40. The ball was at the 39. He got a yard maybe.
He had
No,
nothing.
he gets 2 from the
He had nothing.
39 to about the 41.
He had nothing, and a stiff arm got him too.
Coach P and the golf team, they keep us straight. Well, it's going to be second down at 8 after all of this. 3 minutes and 2 seconds in the third, tied at 20. Both teams have moved the ball here in this quarter, but neither has scored.
Tompkins knocking on the door of 100 yards.
How about that? He had a lot of games last year over 100. What do you have, almost 1,200
He
yards
averaged
last year?
115 a game.
Yeah. Bales throws. It could have been picked off. It probably should have been. That was almost picked off by a sophomore Williams.
You think he might have had 6 before he actually picked it?
I think that's exactly what happened, and Cooper would like to have had that like a yo-yo to pull it back. He dodged a bullet that time. So the ball at the 41, third down and 8. 2:58, clock stopped. TCA with the ball at their own 41. Big crowd here. I mean, Chester County brought a big crowd across the way, and TCA's filled their side up as well. Hand off LT. Lakai struggles his way for a few to about the 44. It's going to be fourth at about 5.
Don't know if it's a position where you want to consider going for it.
No.
At this point, and we're not.
Emphatically, no. you punt the ball here.
All right, then.
What are you thinking?
I'm just exploring all possibilities, Diamond.
Looking at all your options, right?
You get that shovel and try and climb out. Make some steps. Make some steps so you can save your knees and just climb out.
Hey, I'm not the one that was shipping stuff this week. 2:20
But
left.
you're the one who stepped in it.
I may have. Enough of that. Here's the punt. Delk, high punt. We need a roll, but it doesn't go TCA's way. And down there to keep it from being even back more this way is Owen Atwood. Well, not bad field position for Chester County. The Eagles 6-5 last year. Second year by Coach DeJuan Johnson. And going against a legend of a coach in Coach Bowling, who has won how many state championships? 4, Stan?
4 at Union City. He has one under his belt in Louisiana as well.
Very successful every stop, has he? He's been very successful every stop. He's got a resume, no doubt. O'Brien County Central, Dyersburg, Union City, Olive Branch, Mississippi, Murray, Kentucky.
Was his latest stop?
Right, before he came here. Shippers, back. Double clutches, throws, and down there, and incomplete again. And the third time tonight, Shippers has missed his receiver by about a yard or two. That's another 6, and that's 3 tonight by that way, and 1 that the guy should have caught and dropped.
Diamond, all I can say is we're living right somewhere.
No doubt about it. 2:01 left, and the clock stopped. Cheerleaders down there doing a great job. They got the junior cheerleaders with them now. I see Miss High singing the game down there. Her grandma and granddaddy may be watching right around the corner from my house. Handoff, big hole, 40, 45, first down, and running it with authority, one of the Barn boys. This is Peyton this time, and Stan, he just exploded, didn't he?
16-yard pickup and a first down. They've been very successful on that play tonight.
Lions trying to get a big lineman off, and scurrying off this time was Kendall Boyle. They put a man in motion. They use him as a decoy, and they hand it off to Barham again. Barham able to twist and turn and keep his feet going up to midfield, pick up about 2.
Same play as they ran the previous one. We did a lot better job covering it.
Defensive line now called upon to make some stops here. Vance, Wilson, Cashin, Wilkerson, Kay, Delk.
Paguaga's in there right now.
Pagagua, yeah, Jones, Cooper, and LT. LT's not in the game right now. Hammer and Hank. Hank Miller led this team in tackles last year. He's quite a player, just a youngster.
He's cut my yard this summer a couple times. Does a nice job.
Big tip, I guess, for him. All right.
Told him to play his corn early.
Second down at 8. They go underneath. The underneath pattern on the little bubble screen and dropped by Chad Barham. I think TCA had that well defended anyway.
It was probably better that it was dropped because it was just about a pick 6.
Yeah, and it was well defended. I mean, TCA had people right there in his wheelhouse.
Well, 3rd and 8, ball right at midfield with
another big third down play. Stan, how many big third downs have we had in this
a whole
third
bunch?
stanza?
52 seconds to go in the third quarter.
TCA crowd anxiously, sort of quiet little murmur in the crowd as they watch this one. And across the way, Chester County. Big contingent of fans over there as well. They're a little quiet right now as well. See who explodes here on this play. Shippers rolls and throws. Incomplete. Not even close. Well defended. And down there to defend that one, Joshua Delk was the defender, but that was not even catchable, to be honest with you.
Nope. Well, the TCA defense holds, but assuming this is a punt.
And by the way, Waller's back in the game. He'll go back and punt, return
formation.
Position in formation. Yep.
And we've no, we have. I thought I heard a horn.
Callis will kick it away or punt it away. Get it a foot in it around the 40. Low snap, but he comes up with it. Low liner. Waller will run out to the right and wisely just let that thing finally roll dead.
About the
17-yard line. 1st and 10 there, 36 seconds left. Well, Stan, we're tied at 20, and I'm a little surprised after a 40-point first half combined, not a score here in this one.
Defense has reigned supreme, although TCA has moved the ball.
And both teams have come close but had big plays to go awry on them.
Man, we just couldn't get that cigar lit.
Right. 17-yard line, 1st and 10. Coach P is our producer director tonight. Also, Jay Cashin, our executive producer director. The executive producer director is Paul Schultz, and Bradley White doing a great job on the camera.
A rookie.
Yeah, doing a super job.
Yep.
I'm always I shouldn't be amazed anymore, but just always amazed at the production, the quality of the picture of this Worthy Roads effort. Hand off. No, Cooper on the RPO. He's going to flip it back over here, and that's going to be Nick Jones running it up to about the 23-yard line. He picks up about 6 yards.
Show me that play again if we can.
Yeah, look at Cooper. And
now look at that.
Look at Nick.
He had to come back to get that one a little bit, too. That great block there.
Yeah.
And that was
that Delk?
That was Waller on the block.
So showing his versatility.
That's good play.
18.3 seconds left, and
we got a timeout on the field.
Well, we had a player from Chester County shaken up, so they stop it. Stop it just to get him off the field is what it is.
I did not see that.
I didn't either, but good officiating by the officials here. So we'll resume play with no timeout here, no commercial breaks. Blacksmith Restaurant, Carlight Nissan, Foundation Bank, Aloha Pools, Jones Chevrolet, Coca-Cola, Deaton's The Carpet, Elite Dental, Humboldt Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram, Bank of Jackson, Food Right, Water Well Solutions, Tennessee Tractor, West Tennessee Bank, and McCoy's Heating and Air. On the second down play, Lakai, LT with it, breaks away and plunges his way up near the 30, and he's got a first down.
Yeah,
instead, he just gets so many yards after the initial hit, doesn't he?
About 6 in that play. He's sitting right at 110.
They stopped the clock with 2.1. And someone now shaking up. It looks like another leg cramp. I think that's LT with it. No, LT's
up.
Out there. It's someone else trying to spring the block.
If you only had your glasses.
Well, I couldn't tell anyway because he's right in front of the bench. And likewise, TCA always takes the knee, whether it be one of their own players hurt or another player hurt. Well, back with you next week, 6:30, Grace Christian at 7, Stan. What do you know about Grace Christian?
It's going to be a rematch of a couple of playoff games in the last few years. They've always been a first-round playoff opponent, team out of Franklin, out of the same town that Darrell Waltrip lives in, old DW. They're going to make the trip.
Then we have USJ, the big battle with the Bruins. And then after that, Stan, you and I are going to be road warriors. We have a bye week in there. But for 6 weeks, we're on the road for 5 of those games. How about that?
Yeah, and the other week, we get to rest. Who was that injured Chester County player there? Number 12, it looks like.
Well, that's if that's 12, it's Shippers, their quarterback. I don't think it's Shippers.
I can't. Something 2.
So after all of that, 2.1, all that remains here in this third stanza.
That is 12.
Well, that would be tough for them if Shippers goes out. Good grief. No, that's not 12. That's hard to see that number.
Sure.
I think it's 18, Stan. I think it's Jaden Williams. Made a big play early in the game. The Lions and the Eagles. First time they played, Stan, in a while, and they just let the clock run out. That's the end of 3. Our score, right where we were at halftime. Tied 20-20. A minute break. We're back after this for the final quarter of regulation anyway. After this on Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank has assembled an all-star staff with decades of experience in the Jackson and West Tennessee markets. Our top priority is listening to your goals and dreams, helping you develop a plan to achieve them. Benefit from our more than 100 years of experience. Visit us at Thompson Farms or give us a call. West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
On the scoreboard, Diamond Dave, Evansville Rights. It's a final. Evansville Rights 45. The Cake Eaters from Evansville Harrison 0.
You're an alumni, of course, alumnus of Rights. Great tradition up there.
I've never lost to Harrison.
Great tradition up there. And that stadium, beautiful.
12,000 seats, and there have been over 18,000 in the facility before.
Unbelievable.
They said it was like 1 out of every 10 people in the town were at that game.
1st and 10.
Oh, great
LT
seal.
has it. 35,
looky.
40, 45 midfield. We've seen his strength. Now we're seeing his speed. He's in the 30-yard line. Just right at it. And a big play by LT from 130 to the other 30. And the Lions have something smoking now and something cooking in the kitchen here with the Lions. And they're right now standing at inside the 30 at the 27. And Stan, we talked about his strength. That time it was his quick feet and speed.
41 yards, 152 yards in the night.
Christy Tim says, let's go Lions. Stella Vincent Vaughn always watches. Well, here we go, folks, at the 27, 1st and 10, and that's another dynamic play by the Lion offensive line and Lakai Tompkins.
Boy, you got a slant on the bottom of the screen, could be wide open.
Tompkins has this one. Now he's going far side left and cuts it back against the grain. Lowers his head and booms his way, as Patrick Bunch would say, to the 21.
That's a good-sized pickup there, Double D.
It is. About 6 or 7 yards.
I can't go. I love that. That's about 5. Yeah, I can't get over.
Now we've got someone else shaking up.
157 yards in the night.
That's Lakai. He's coming off under his own effort. Kevin Hansen there checking on him.
He'll be all right.
And team doctor, Dr. Nicholas Vance, wearing his purple shirt tonight. You know, I almost look alike with a shirt. Mine's a little darker.
That is Hammer and Hank in on the offense now to take over.
Hammer and Hank Miller in there.
He knows how to run the football a little bit, too.
He's wearing the double deuce, number 22. He's in that pistol behind Bales. And they throw it over the middle and incomplete.
Oh, Hank was wide
open.
open.
Hank was wide open. You'll see it on the replay, and you and I saw it. Unfortunately,
I mean, nobody covered him.
No. How about, guess who's tuned in and watching tonight? One of our favorite basketball players of all time here. Her last name now is Carter. She just got married, but Emma Hannaford Carter's tuned in.
Hey.
How about that?
And you know what?
The Hannaford family.
Another living legend in TCA basketball, TB, Thomas Barnes, was watching earlier.
Yeah, I bet his mom, Barbara, may be tuned in. They send Nick Jones in motion. This time they go to Hammer and Hank. No, it's going to be Cooper on the RPO. Cooper's got running room. Cooper may have a touchdown. He does!
Oh, my!
Touchdown, Cooper Bales!
And what was that, about a 19-yard run?
19-yard run by the Cooper man.
And Double D, Diamond Dave, for the first time tonight, TCA takes the lead.
Remember, we thought they took the lead, and that touchdown was basically called back because we'd gone out of bounds. But you're right, Stan. At the 11:05 mark of this new scoreboard, people are loving it, and they're loving what's on it right now as well. Here's Delkin to attempt the PAT. Snap back.
That's offsides.
And the kick is up, and it is good. And the Lions have a 27-20 lead.
Ooh.
Delk's PAT, and the crowd here loves it, and we do too. 11:05 in the third. We'll come back after this 30 on the BallGame Blitz at Worthy Road Studios.
Waterwell Solutions offers experienced water well drilling and service throughout the greater West Tennessee area. Whether you need a 4-inch residential well or a 16-inch irrigation or municipal well, they have you covered. Waterwell Solutions has locations in Somerville and Brownsville with a fleet of service trucks and well service technicians that are ready to cover your service needs. If you need residential well service or a new water well, give them a call at 731-779-1275. Well, for the first time tonight, the TCA Lions take the lead over Chester County. A little over 11 minutes to go in this contest, as Diamond Dave liked to say, in regulation anyway.
Stan, I thought Coach Freeze did it greatly. Lane Kiffin has been great at it. A lot of coaches running that phrase that we used to never hear, but the run-pass option, the RPO, and Cooper Bales was sensational that time, wasn't he?
He really did.
Short kick gathered in at about the 18, 20, 30-yard line, and a good return. And finally the Lions pin him at about the 37-yard line, 38, yep.
USJ leads Peabody 14-0 in that contest.
Peabody.
I believe that's in the game 4-4 ago.
He's won a couple of state titles here as of late. What they win, 2 or 3, Stan?
I know they won one. They shouldn't have because of an epic game that you and I called right here. You remember the big game when we were ranked number 1 in the state, and they beat us like 40-something to 30.
I remember that, yeah.
We have a final last gas drive that fell short.
Yep, sure did.
Slant
pattern, caught. Welch caught it, and he's up at about the 46. Remember the game, too, that Peabody was behind, and the team out of Memphis had the lead?
And then they went under center for the first time all year and fumbled it. And that was the night we were coming back from a basketball game in Huntington, and Will Keltner dropped 32 in his first game.
It's always neat when you maybe think someone's watching and you mention it, and Barbara Grace Barnes says, yep, I'm watching it. Thanks, Barbara. Appreciate the compliment. Lovely gal. And TB's mom. She's proud of him, I know. Here's the pattern out in the flat.
Boy.
Man, I'm sure this kid can play. He can play at the next level, Chad Barham.
He is a
football specimen, and he's got it all the way inside TCA's 45 to the 44. And it's 1st and 10 Eagles, and here they come right back. You knew they probably would. Lions have to bow up here.
Well, I'm glad they did not get my memo because I'd be getting him the ball. I'd be wearing him out with the football.
Among the many teams I've had a chance to cover through the years at the college level and high school level, I filled in one year with Tom Britt at UT Martin, and Fred Pickard was the coach, and that was his favorite thing to say. We got to bow up. 44-yard line. They hand it off this time. Here's Barham, the smaller Barham, Peyton Barham. He's inside TCA's 40 to about the 39. Second down at about 5.
A little over 5. Ball's just inside the 40 at the 39.
Well,
here
we go.
34 for a first down.
Clock running, 9:20 in the ball game. Regulation anyway, 27-20. The kicking game on the PATs has been somewhat suspect tonight. So even with a score, they've got to boot a PAT. Let's try to keep them from scoring if you're a TCA fan. Shippers throws and almost picked off. Boy, we had him pressured in the backfield. A couple of guys back there. He was able to unload and then almost picked off, and it was Nick Jones, I think, that had a beat on it.
I tell you, if we get an opportunity to see that again, I don't know if we will, but great pressure
by the
front
on him,
four.
yeah, that's right.
The whole front four did a great job of getting to him. He threw that ball with his back foot, and he was just trying to get the ball away for it. He got himself hurt.
Yeah, Coach B's done a great job with that tonight. Not available here at this point, but that's okay. Under 9 minutes, clock stop with the incompletion. 8:58, third down, another big two-down territory, you would think, for the Eagles here. Third down and a good 5. They put a man in motion, bringing him here. Now they go the counter buck the other way, and there's going to be Barham. He's got the first down. Boy, that was well executed. They brought that time, and what a decoy, Chad Barham. They brought him right at us. You'll see it on the replay, and Stan, they counter buck the other way, and they went back. Instead of giving it to one Barham, they gave it to the other Barham, and he's got the first down inside TCA's 30. We're right at the 30.
Quite frankly, Diamond, they've been wearing us out on that play all night long.
That was the old counter play, and you got to
almost like that old Washington Redskin counter tray.
Yeah, you got to give Chad Barham attention too, don't you?
Yeah.
8:42 left here in this ball game. Now they come to the same play. And
there we go.
They give it to Barham this time, but the Lions right there, Johnny on the spot.
The big cheese.
First guy back there, and Moore got him.
And now he's
slow to get up.
Slow.
He tackled right at the knees. He's getting up now. Boy, he's as tough as they come, didn't he?
Yeah.
His late father, great friend of all of ours, especially Stan, but a friend of all of us.
He may have taken a little.
Eddie's watching tonight. Took one right in the
bread basket.
In the bread basket, and I think the other knee got him right in the helmet. Chippers, rolls, and throws. Man, down here, and that's going to be pass interference. Yep, that's a proper call. And Stan, came back and got right in his face, and no way for the receiver to catch it. That is pass interference, proper call.
And in that case, it's probably not a bad call, because otherwise that was going to be 6.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
And thankfully we don't play by the pro rule. It's from the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be a first down.
First down, that will move the ball deeper into TCA territory.
But I'd rather give them a first down inside the red zone, then we'd be lining up for an extra point.
17-yard line, no doubt about it. And a little bit of a mismatch. He was bigger than the defender.
That's one thing where teams are going to, watching this, teams this year are going to try to take advantage of the height differential of our DBs.
They handed off this time on the jet sweep to Welch, and Welch is bombed, and Kai Tompkins back there to knock him down.
Well, you get down to crunch time, 7:42, if my eyes are not deceiving me, you put the big boys in the game.
Well, and the thing is, Stan, Welch has had a good second half, and I'm sure, as I always say, Coach Johnson's probably forgot more about football in a day than I'll remember in a lifetime, but the two Barms have been so good. Why do you go to Welch there? Maybe they think TCA's looking at the Barms. Shippers, throws, and incomplete. Good coverage down there. And incomplete.
Hey, look at
third down.
Jonesboro, Arkansas. Jackson Keltner checking in.
Jackson Keltner. I like your videos you put up with Brad about golf. I'm sure Coach P likes those.
You saw that video.
Yeah. Now, the one fight I thought one with the fight I thought was unnecessary.
That was funny.
Unnecessary. Well, it was funny, but
that was secret footage of a round of golf between Keltner and Coach P.
In this day and age, though, I don't know that. But anyway, third down and Shippers on the 3rd and 15. Little screen pass.
Sniffed it out.
Hit in the backfield. Struggles, gets open, and gets back to about the 20. And the Lion bench and the crowd loves it. It's going to be 4th.
If we can get that. We made the initial hit there, slowed him down enough that everybody else was able to get in there and shut it down. Otherwise, that was going to be for big yards. But great initial contact, even though we didn't make the play. It slowed him down enough for his friends to join in and beat up on him.
Our lovely buddy Betty Lucky was here earlier. She's watching now. Hello, Betty. Good to see you early tonight. 4th at about 14.
Miss Betty, what she likes about her wardrobe, she's a Milan graduate and she works at TCA, so her wardrobe's purple.
Over the middle, incomplete.
Did we get a hand on that?
Got a hand on it, and it goes awry, and the Lion defense holds. Look at Hank Miller in the game. They love it. And the Lion defense comes off to a standing ovation to a lot of folks down by the I love. 6:28. Lions lead by 7 instead when they had to have it. That big play of that was when they hand off to Welch, and we stopped him for about a 6 or 7 yard loss.
Well, Diamond, Coach has got 4 state championships at Union City. Right now, I'd like to see a good old-fashioned Union City 6.5-minute drive to end this game.
We get a comment from Ty Lewis. There's Jackson Keltner.
Oh, he's missing. Oh, Jackson Keltner, apparently he's got stock in Tulum Mexican restaurant.
27-20. Here is the handoff, LT. Boy, you get a couple of 2 or 3 first downs here, Stan, with LT running that ball and maybe a pass here and there, and you put this thing away. The clock running 6:17. Long way to go and a lot of football to play. The ball at the 23. They gave him 2, 2nd and 8.
Oh, I'd still like to see us go with that fake handoff, belly it off to him there, pull it back out, and pop it out on the long option play around there. I think that's going to be wide open because they're having to commit so hard to Tompkins.
I really love this name, guy listening. Watching Ricky Charlie. Hand off Lakai, far side left. Can't turn the corner. Knock him down for no gain. And
Ricky
third
Charlie.
Down. Yeah, maybe a yard. Let's give him 2 yards. Third down. Well, let's see. 3rd and 7. Good 7. Almost 8. It's 3rd and 7.
Ricky Charlie's nephew, Ricky Bobby.
And here's one of our lovely friends.
You didn't get it, did you?
I got it and just tried to ignore it. 3rd down and about 7.
I'm in mid-season form, baby.
I'll throw your war medals off the bridge. Remember that line in that movie? 3rd down and about 7. But
if you ain't winning, you're last.
Teresa Whitehead. She has been as faithful to TCA and to us as anyone. Bales throws. Bales caught. And is that Nick Jones? And he's got the first down. Up to about the 33-yard line. Barely got it about a yard. That's Nick Jones. Yep. Well, you go so much to Waller, you go so much to Delk and others, and we asked for Nick Jones to step up, and he did just that, and he loves it. He comes out of the game, and in for him will be Owen Atwood.
I was talking.
Lions have a big first down stand. That's magnified. That's big there.
I was talking to Nick's daddy Wednesday. He said him and Nick's mama got a thing going on.
Me and Mrs. Jones.
Yep.
And here is offside encroachment again. Chester County, at least the fourth time they've done that tonight. I have a young man that works for me, or actually works with me. He's one of my student assistants. He's got a crush on a young lady named Jones, and I was singing that yesterday, and he'd never heard that. That's a generation gap.
Mrs. Jones.
We got a thing going on. Oh, my goodness. Coach P says he's enjoyed tonight, but it may be his last night directing us. It's going to be first and 5.
He's going, Jay, help me.
Why, Jay? Why? 4th and 5. Christy,
that's actually why, too, Jay.
We're having fun. We're at 27-20. Forgive us. LT with it. LT, look at him slice his way. Down. Slice his way with power. Normally you say slice, you just mean he's quick and nifty. In this case, he sliced and he had power with him. Big number of folks watching right now. Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz making it possible. Paul Schultz in the game, along with Coach P and Jay and Bradley here tonight. Diamond Dave and Stan, we're just tagging along for the ride.
Let's put it this way. I'm boring out my new stat sheet for LT. And my stat, he's approaching the 200-yard mark.
Oh, my goodness.
And it's all work when he has only had one really big run.
Stan, the other thing, you got to be in shape to carry the ball as much as he has
Trust
tonight.
me.
And getting hit. Remember getting hit every play 3 or 4 times almost as well. That's durable and stringy. Got it again. Who else? Coach Bowling says got a good thing going on here, so just keep doing it. And that first down carry gets him up near midfield to about the 48.
Well, we had the pony.
And Stan, we took this ball with about 7 minutes left in the game, down to 3:20 now.
We had the pony, and LT's working like a horse.
Someone asked me the other day, Stan, some of the biggest plays I've ever called.
Oh, the biggest play was the pony call.
And I said, even though it wasn't a state title game or something like that, the pony's loose. That was
somewhere deep in the bowels of this computer. That call is still there.
I've got it somewhere. You sent me.
I gave you a CD of it.
Yeah, I've got it. Yeah, I'll pull that out and listen to it.
The pony's on loose.
Don't like to. Yep. We thought they would take a knee. TCA did. Hand off this time. Tompkins. We're talking about the game in Adamsville when TCA had it with seconds remaining inside the 2-yard line at about the 1. And we said, well, let's take a knee here. Make sure you don't take the knee in the end zone. Take the knee and win the game. He went 99 yards.
Well, and the thing was, I was already down the field to get post-game comments. I was standing on about the 40. He breaks it out. I start running down to the other end zone. He passes me about the other 40. He's scoring by the time I'm to the 30.
Yeah, you never got to the 30. You was at about the 40.
I gave up.
That was one of the greatest plays I've ever seen. Andrew Goldsmith.
That was the night we
3rd and 3. Big play here, Stan.
That was the night I brought the monkey be gone to the game.
I remember that. Hand off LT again. Does he have it?
Close.
It's a scrub.
Get behind him and scrum it.
I'm not sure. He came up about a yard short.
Yeah, it's going to be a yard short. See, here's what you can do on that play. You can make like a rugby scrum. Get back there, get low, and push and drive just like you would in an international rugby match. It's perfectly legal.
Yeah, taking a while to get everyone up. They've got big linemen.
Well,
Chester County's got a young man that's shaking up a little bit.
You know what it is? It's going to be 4th and 1.
Let's hope that Blake Thompson's okay. They're going to get him out of the game, I think. 4th and a yard with 1:51 left. We'll sneak out for a quick 30. Don't go anywhere. Grab a cookie. Come right back with us on the BallGame Blitz.
I really wish you'd quit talking about cookies. I'm trying to let.
Hello, folks. This is Gary Deaton, right here at Deaton's Carpet One. I want to let you know we've been in business for 48 years. Here's what I believe has made the difference. Our lifetime labor warranty on everything we install. Our healthy living installation, bacteria and germs cannot survive in our new flooring. Our beautiful guarantee, if you don't just love it, we'll replace it. It will make your flooring experience priceless. We're located on Freedom Highway, 1000 Highway 45 bypass in good old Jackson, Tennessee.
I'll tell you what, we're back here. Of course, the principal of TCA, Christy Timms, checking in, and we thank you, Miss Christy, for the kind compliment that you've given us. We do appreciate it.
And on top of that, lovely lady and a big Tide fan. Here's the handoff. Lakai.
Yes.
He's got it. They'll push him back.
Oh, wait a minute. They're going to say no.
Chester County says, well, if he puts the right foot down, this guy coming in from this side, he's got it. They put the left foot down, he doesn't. I don't think they're going to get it. Oh, my goodness, Ned. I thought his forward progress had it. We'll see the replay.
If it was so close, Dave. Oh, this is going to be a scary.
Yep, a
last minute 42 seconds.
Yeah, minute 42, and it's 1st and 10. Eagles with the ball at the 47. They're on 47.
And they've got game breakers.
This scoreboard is just phenomenal. I'm watching the game and trying to bring you folks a presentation. Ricky Charlie says he knows me as Big Dave. I see you, Big Dave. All right, we appreciate that. Hey, big guy, good to see you, man.
Hey.
Amelia Jones is watching.
We'll do that sometime soon.
Yolanda McLemore Pitt still with us. Sheila Vaughn still with us. It's going to be 1st and 10, and now they move the ball. The Eagles do. They have the ball across midfield down to the 47. So from 147 to the other 47, it's going to be 2nd and a short 4. A minute 36. TCA clinging to a 27-20 lead. A thrilling ball game. What a game to open up your season. Be even more special if the Lions can hold on here and win.
Yeah.
The quarterback, Shippers. TCA's done a good job on him here in this half. Shippers, a lot of protection. On the fly pattern down here, incomplete. That's the 4th time tonight, maybe even the 5th time, that he's overled the receiver, and this time Welch about a yard from catching it for a touchdown.
You've got to add some more digits to that now.
5 times?
At least.
Yep. And then they had one that he was on target, and the guy dropped for a touchdown, basically.
Well, Coach Haley Carpenter is watching.
All right, one of our favorites. She was, boy, you talk about a great softball player.
Basketball coach now at South Gibson.
Absolutely. 27-20. I'll tell you something about Haley that I always remember. Here's the underneath pattern to Barham. Barham's caught it. He's got the first down. And then the Lions knock him out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. It's going to be the clock still running. He did not get out of bounds. A minute 18. Well, they now stop it to mark it.
And they've got a couple of timeouts left.
Now they'll crank it up. There it goes. 1st and 10. Shippers rolls right, throws it, sidearm throw, and dropped by the receiver.
Whew.
Stan, when Forrest beat us in softball in the state title game, I'll never forget.
Oh,
what a great year. What a great group of kids. One of my favorite teams of all time, those softball teams. Haley Carpenter pinned the outfielder. Haley can correct me if I'm wrong, but Haley hit a ball that I thought was gone. I got excited, and the thing died right at the fence. I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
And that's not a fond memory, I know, for Haley or me, but what a great player she was.
I shouldn't hate coaches. But I didn't like that Forest coach too much.
I didn't like the Forest crowd. They really taunted TCA when the game was over. But TCA, to their credit, the kids, the coaching staff, and the fans never lost their class. 2nd down and 10. Shippers. Peyton Manning, nervous feet back there. Now we'll throw it, and it's going to be incomplete. Double coverage on Barham, so they've gone to Barham, and it's incomplete. And it's going to be 3rd down now and 10 at the 42, and now just 61 seconds left in the contest.
He had all day to throw. We didn't get very good penetration, but he couldn't find anybody open.
I didn't say that being disrespectful to Peyton. Remember how Peyton used to have those nervous feet, though?
Happy feet.
Happy feet. 27-20.
Isn't he going to be a professor at UT now?
I'm not sure on that. Christy Timms would tell you, a big Alabama fan. I know
I've seen something.
She respected Peyton, but she didn't like him. Being an Alabama fan. 27-20. Shippers throws underneath. Is it caught? I think
Can't
so.
Tell. Yes.
Yeah, it's caught
33.
by Welch, but he did not get out of bounds. Welch, number 2, caught it. 50 seconds left. And it's 3rd down. That should be 4th down, shouldn't it? 4th down, yes. 4th and about a yard and a half. And now timeout Chester County. Well, it's nail-biting time, but not too much for us to sneak out for a quick 30 to pay a bill. We'll be back. Who's going to hold on and win this thing? Will it be our Lions? Let's hope so. Back after this 30 on Worthy Road Studios.
I will be the greatest, greatest, greatest. 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 I will be
We're back. Well, Laura Kraft, our lovely friend, just corrected me. It was Allie that actually hit the ball. Allie hit it. Haley played
Here's ball game, Diamond.
Great on the basketball court. Here it is. Over the middle is caught by the big tight end. He struggles his way inside the 25 to about the 23. First time tonight they've gone to the tight end, and it paid dividends. Chester County has it. They'll stop the clock to spot the ball. Shippers, now we're just down the ball. Well, here we are.
Yeah.
40 seconds left. 27-20 is your score. And it will be now 2nd and 10. The ball spotted at what, the 23 stand?
Yeah. What does it say on the timeouts? I'm getting a little glare. I can't see it clearly. It's under the Eagles scoring board where it has timeouts. They got one.
TCA has 3.
So they're saving that one here. I don't know what they're going to need for field goal range, but I'm going to, assuming the way it's been all night long, I'm assuming they're going to have to get pretty close.
Along with,
field goal does no good.
Along with Mrs. Kraft, Haley says, I stayed on the nice indoor courts. I played basketball, Diamond Dave. Her sister, Allie. Christy said she liked Peyton as a coach, but she didn't like him as a ball.
That's 5.
And now the big lineman, off sides.
Diamond, my old line coach, Coach Don Henry, God rest his soul. You got to remember to put enough rocks in your hands.
Yeah,
you drop
sure do.
one for each count.
No one any more upset by that than the big lineman.
He didn't put enough rocks in.
I don't want to let this go by the integrity of the broadcast as well. That call to the tight end a moment ago was a brilliant call by Chester County. Yeah,
well,
sure was.
They haven't run down. They've
All
run that
night
counter.
long.
They've run that counter trade against us with great success. But that was something they dug out deep out of the playbook.
That
and
was a great call by Coach Johnson and his staff.
And we're playing tight.
Now they go to Barham, and this is Peyton Barham. He's to the 23.
Hank Miller with first contact.
Yep. Hank will make the stop, and now Chester County uses their last timeout. Well, let's keep it here. 29.5. The ball is at the 23-yard line. 3rd and 10. They get the yardage back they lost. It's 3rd and 10 stand. But right now they're thinking not only the first down, but they're thinking maybe a touchdown here with 29.5.
Well, it's 3rd. I kind of question that call on the run play. It caused them to burn a timeout.
Yep.
They got short yardage out of it. But then again, they've had plenty of plays open. But on the other hand, how many have they dropped?
Well, I will tell you this, though. The defensive secondary in this half has played much better, though. We last few plays we've taken the pass away from them.
I tell you, though.
I agree with your analogy,
though. Karma's been on our side.
Yeah.
But,
you think they would be due, yeah.
Something's got to go their way on it.
Shippers has missed at least 5 receivers tonight by a yard or 2 for 6. Had another one drop for 6. But the Lions don't care. They lead 27-20. Shippers in the pocket. Sings it downfield, incomplete. They look for a flag. They don't get it, and they should not in this case. Well, great defense by the Lions.
It is 4th and 10. They've got to get Diamond to just outside the 10-yard line to get a first down.
They went to Jaden Williams, a sophomore, too. They haven't gone to him a lot tonight. So here's your game. 4th and 10 from the 23 with 24 seconds left. The Lions lead by 7. Chester County trying to convert.
Do you have the guts of a cat burglar and hand the ball off in the counter trade? That's been your bread and butter play all night. Do you have the guts of a cat burglar to run it here?
They're going to go up top to your screen.
We're playing soft. We'll give them the short yardage.
They're going up top on your screen to the big guy. They're going to Barham, I would think. Here's Shippers rolling. Shippers is throwing.
Get him.
And Shippers in the end zone. Knocked down.
Intercepted.
Intercepted. 3-man coverage down there. And the Lions are going to hold on and win this game. They went to Barham. I thought they'd do that. The Lions thought they'd do that. And it went to no avail.
Who was that back there that got that?
The guy that picked it off looked like Owen Atwood to me.
Can we do that? Show that again.
Who got it?
If we can see it one more time, possibly.
In the end zone. And the Lions are going to hold on and win this thing.
Woo!
12.5 seconds left. Well, you just knew they were going to go to Barham. You just knew it. Congratulations, Jay. Jay Cashin coming by us, producing tonight, and being a father and a fan tonight as well. And well he should.
I'm going to tell you what, Diamond. If you remember back in the pregame interview how they went off to camp, and we're not talking just camp is not coming to TCA for 3 days for a week. Camp is actually leaving town, which we haven't done for at least 12 years or more.
But we do appreciate the guys that corrected us on that. Yep.
But this is we're in the situation here. They cannot stop the clock. That's
Take
a
the
ball
knee.
game.
That's it. The Lions are going to win it. So the debut of longtime coach and first-year head coach of the Lions, Darren Bowling, is a successful one. The Lions were down at one time, 13-0. They were down 20-6, and they roar back, literally. And they win the game 27-20, only 7 points scored in this second half, and it was the Lions who did it. The happy final, 27-20. We'll take a 2-minute break. Be back. Scoring recap, stats, analysis, scores, and more. This is TCA football. The Lions win it 27-20. You're watching tonight on Worthy Road Studios at the BallGame Blitz. Stay with us, everybody.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
Hi, I'm Stan Gerard for your local Food Right. Food Right is the home of the butcher. Food Right is proud to sell certified Angus beef. It's the very best there is. All of our beef, signature pork, and chicken products are cut and packed fresh daily by our in-store butchers. To feed your family well, Food Right with 11 locations across West Tennessee is where you need to go. Have a great day, everyone, and much more importantly, God bless.
To the direction of Coach Philip Robertson, along with Jay Cashin, Bradley White, our cameraman. Our special thanks to all those guys a moment ago. There's Dr. Riddick in front of us, president over at Lambeth. His son plays on this team as well. And the Lions have won 27-20. A really, really great night. And I'll tell you a couple of reasons why. Obviously, you win your opener. You're happy about that. Great debut for Coach Bowling. But this is a pretty good Chester County team that the Lions beat here tonight, too. They're pretty good. They're going to win some football games this year. And the Lions roar back after being down at one time 13-0, 20-6. And the Lions didn't take the lead until the fourth quarter at the 11:05 mark, and they go on to win it 27-20. Let's give you a scoring recap. Stan is getting some scores together. How about this? Blake Butler's watching now. Blake, hope you had a great game down at ECS tonight. We miss you and wish you and Allison and the family the very best. I know you're happy for this group of Lions. You're happy for Coach Bowling, but especially these kids that you coached and gave your heart to for so many years. And we appreciate you tuned in tonight.
And the thing with, sometimes when coaches leave, they leave the cupboard bare. Blake Butler left TCA and Coach Bowling with a full cupboard of talent. And buddy, friend, thank you.
No doubt about it. And some emotion in Stan's voice, and I echo that same emotion. We had so many people, and we're not really supposed to say a lot of hellos during the game, but it's just hard for us not to do that. But Larry Vales, Laura Kraft, great comments. Ricky Charlie, Blake Butler. We have two tonight. Reggie Kim Castelaw. Lydia's been watching throughout the night. Lydia Smith, Katie Simpson, all congratulating. How about this from Union City? Kenny Weeks says, congrats, Coach Bowling. Gerard Jimerson.
Do they have a final in that Union City game?
Helen Malden. Daniette's been watching throughout the night. Tommy Henderson, Brittany Cope. How about Brittany? One of our favorite players of all time out here. Great softball player. Haley tuned in, despite I got it wrong about who hit the ball into that game. Christy Timms throughout the night watching. Betty Lucky went home and watched after being here throughout the night. So a lot of hellos. We missed some of you, and I apologize, but let's give you that scoring recap. Opening up the game, a 6:46 mark, capping off a 49-yard drive. Remember the great field position that Chester County had throughout the night. A 6-yard pass. It was from the quarterback, who I really think is good, Shippers. He hit Barham, made it 6-0. The PAT was no good, and it made it 7-0. By the way, Innsworth did win the game, Kenny says, 40-6 over Union City. We thought they'd win, and Union City's a great program through the years, but Innsworth is almost like a small college team.
Bit off more than you can chew on that one.
4:10 in the first quarter. Smith, a 13-yard run, and the PAT this time by Callis was good, and it made it a 13-0 game, and it looked like TCA was in some trouble. The biggest drive of the game might have been the first drive, an 80-yard drive. Thompson, a 6-yard run. PAT was blocked, but TCA, they got some confidence about them, got feeling good about themselves, 13-6 at the end of one. Then credit Chester County, a 63-yard drive. Chipper this time to Barham, a 6-yard touchdown pass. That kid's really a great player, Barham is. The PAT by Callis made it 20-6, and again the Lions look like, well, no, it's only the second quarter, but a little bit on the ropes. But how about this? A 3-yard LT run, capping off another 80-yard drive. And Tompkins was on his way to almost 200 yards, may have got to 200. We'll have to double-check and see. Stan has that.
Very close.
20-12, PAT no good. At the 122 mark of the third, Tompkins, a 6-yard run, capping up off another great drive, made it 20-18. 2-point conversion. Vales to Atwood made it 20-20, and that's how we stood at halftime. Scoreless third quarter, scoreless fourth quarter until 11:05 left. And then Vales on the RPO scooted in, far side left over there. PAT by Delk, 27-20, and that was the game. Now, Chester County had one final thrust after Chester County held TCA. A Tompkins short run fell about a yard short. They took over at their own, what was it, Stan? The 43-yard line, 44-yard line, I think it was, or 47. They moved right down the field, had a chance, but TCA's defense holds on, and the Lions open up at 1-0. Let's take another break, a 2-minute break. When we come back, Stan will have stats, and we'll have scores, and then to cap it off on the postgame show, Coach Bowling will join us. His first victory, not his first victory, the legendary coach throughout his career, but the first victory here at TCA. Back after this 2-minute message on the BallGame Blitz and Worthy Road Studios.
Hello, I'm Chad P. Wilson with Foundation Bank, family-owned community bank here in West Tennessee. Your checking account should offer more than a place to just store your money. Our foundation benefits with high-interest accounts include the flexibility of a checking account with tiered interest rates, identity theft protection, cell phone protection, and more. So start a financial conversation with us today by visiting foundationbank.org or calling us on the number at the screen. In the meantime, go Lions! McKinsey Banking Company is an equal housing lender, member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
Football is one reason to love fall. Here's another. Save up to $16,000 on a fully loaded in-ground pool built this fall. Come by Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom on Carriage House Drive in Jackson for full details and see available styles in person.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at Humboldt Dodge Chrysler Jeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory. Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
McCoy's Heating and Air specializes in more than just HVAC services. Our service department has expert plumbers to handle a wide variety of plumbing issues. Do you have a dripping faucet, broken toilet, or broken water heater? Whatever the issue may be, contact McCoy's today for quick service. Call McCoy's Heating and Air at 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
Oh, welcome back. Oh, Diamond, it's fun. While we're waiting for Coach Bowling, let's give you some scores. Crockett County over Northside, 39-15, a very emotional win for Crockett County.
Absolutely.
McKenzie over Huntington, 28-12. West Carroll comes off the deck to knock off the Fighting Wagon Wheels, 45-28. USJ over Peabody, 14-7. Obion Central over Lake County, 42-14. Dyersburg over the Choctaws, 33-7. Covington gets beat by Munford, 30-13. That's an upset. Perry County over Greenfield, 34-7. It was Harding County defeating Memphis Business 48-12. Ensworth over Union City 40-6. Henry County wins over Brighton 42-10. Waverly was leading Camden 34-22. And let's see if I can go in my other sheet now and give us some other scores. We have final JCM over Liberty 18-0. Jackson Christian was leading North Point Christian 21-14. Tipton Rosemark was leading Halls 28-7. That's an old score. Adamsville wins. Ensworth wins. Collierville wins 35-14 over Riverside. It was Bolivar pounding on Fayette Ware in that ball game. And we're about to speak with the head coach, Coach Bowling. We'll hand him my headset here. And we'll move on if you want to fill in for a second time real quick.
Very good, no doubt about it. And, Coach, congratulations on a great win. As obviously any win's a great win, but your debut is at TCA. You've had a lot of these throughout the years, but congratulations, Coach. Really proud of you, proud of this team. And I got to share this thought with you. Near the end of the broadcast, Coach Blake Butler was watching and tuned in and said congratulations to you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Coach Butler's a great guy and did a great job here. And I'm just trying to fill in some shoes and proud to be a guy following him.
Coach, you're down 13-0. You come back with a huge drive. That first drive of the season, probably the biggest drive to get this kid some confidence.
Yeah, I mean, I thought defensively we looked kind of rough there early, but offensively kind of kept us in it. You know, they had a real good drive to get us going, give the defense a little time to adjust some things on the sideline, and that makes a big difference in a big game like this. And so just moving the chains down the field wasn't big plays or anything like that, just 11 guys working together and getting it done. And I thought they did an excellent job of that.
Coach, they come right back. They score again, but we answer another big drive, an 80-yard drive to come right back in it.
Yes, again, offensively, defense was struggling at the moment, and offensively they came right back out on the field. These guys had, a will to win tonight, and that's a big deal. We know that sometimes offense has to help the defense, and defense has to help the offense. And early in the game, I thought it was that way. And toward the end of the game, I thought the defense did a good job of helping the offense out as well.
No doubt about it. 20-20 at halftime. Stan and I thought there'd be more points than 7 in the second half, but fortunately we're the guys that had the good guys had the 7 points. You look at Lakai, you've had some great running backs at Union City and other places you've been. Stan had him just short of 200 yards tonight. I'm always amazed how many yards he gets after the initial hit.
He's a big boy. He's a load, I tell you. You put him in a three-point stance, and there's no telling what he could do back there. But no, he does a good job, and all we're asking of him is 3 yards for your teammates, and he did that. Most occasions tonight, he at least got that and more. And like you said, yards after contact is a big thing with him because he's gonna continue to move and drive the ball, get that extra yardage.
And not only the fact the yards he had, but the carries he had. I mean, he's so durable. I mean, he's powerful and strong to carry the ball as many times as he did tonight, and he was still pretty fresh at the end of the game, I thought.
Yeah, I thought shape was a big deal on our side tonight.
Sure.
I thought, they started to cramp up. Their guys really started cramping up in the second half, some of them in the second quarter. And our guys were still going strong, I felt like. And I think that played a huge part in it. It usually does in week one until the weather kind of cools off.
Stan tells me there are only 4 rushes today over 10 yards, and you come up with almost 200 for LT and Lakai. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is impressive. And that's kind of the thing that we're trying to work with right now is just moving the chains. Not the big plays that happen when they can. We got playmakers. I mean,
sure.
Braden's a playmaker, and Kyle, when he gets an open field, can make big plays, and Cooper can, in there. And
I thought Cooper ran the RPO really well tonight.
He did a good job. He ran the ball well, and
that last touchdown was a great decision, wasn't it?
Great decision, and made some good decisions throwing the ball away out of bounds and stuff when people were covered, and I thought. And that's why he's where he is. We've
sure.
had some really good quarterback controversy this spring and this summer, and Cooper has made some really good decisions. But I'm telling you, we got Reed Basham also there that's doing a great job for us, and so we got two good quarterbacks.
And the other side of the ball, you'll go back and look at the films, you'll see some big hits at Nick Jones and people like Hammer and Hank Miller, and the gang his mom had a Hammer and Hank T-shirt on the nightstand. I've got to get one of those. But the defense, when they had to make the big plays, they did that, didn't they?
They did a good job.
And the Barham kid, he's tough. We won't see anybody any tougher to handle than him tonight. Would you agree?
No, I agree. Yeah, definitely. And I thought we did a much better job tackling than we did at the Jamboree last week. We had some tackles in space that last week we would have missed, and gang tackles, a lot of gang tackling on defense. And like I said, once they settled in and started playing, I thought the defense did exceptionally well.
Now, Stan, you told Stan in the pregame and the countdown to kickoff, you said you didn't sleep very much last night. You should sleep after you see the film tonight. Might be a little bit more sleep over the weekend for you, right?
I hope so. I hadn't slept much this week. Just trying to get it all in.
Well, I've been broadcasting a long time. You've been coaching a long time. My first time to even meet you tonight. Yeah. But what a great debut for you. Really happy for you, proud for you, and proud for this team.
Yeah, I'm proud for these guys. I tell you, like I told them all week long and for the last 2 or 3 weeks, I said right now everybody's undefeated and everybody has high hopes. I said but Saturday morning half of them are going to be disappointed, so don't let that be you. And it's my job as a coach to try to make sure that doesn't happen, and that's why there were some sleepless nights. But I feel like in the end, we came on strong. And like I said, I think shape was a big part of it, and fewer mistakes in the second half.
Absolutely, because it was 84 degrees when we went on the air, about 82, I think, when they kicked off, and that's still pretty warm. Of course, it's August. We know that, and then later in the year it'll be cold when we're playing, but the bottom line is you got to just play with what's slung your way and come out on top, and that's exactly what you did. You look now, Grace Christian, the next one up.
Yes, and that's the toughest one on our schedule right now because it's the next
That's
one.
right, exactly.
And that's what we'll get ready for in the morning. Won't get to enjoy this one long, and first thing tomorrow morning we'll meet up here and start working on them. Unusual
schedule, 3 to open up at home, 5 on the road, then 2 to close out. And let's hope that, I know we're going to have a great year, but let's just hope at the end those two mean a lot, and I think they will. But unusual schedule. You've been coaching a long time, 31 years. You ever had a schedule where you open up with 3 at home and then 5 on the road? That's very unusual, isn't it?
5 on the road is going to be pretty tough. But again, like I told you,
5 and 6 weeks. We have a bye week in there too.
Yeah, and it's one game at a time and one day at a time. We got to go out there Monday and we got to get a little better.
Saw you down with your family when the game was over. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
Coach Bowling's debut is a successful one as the Lions win this thing 27-20, tied at halftime at 20, and they win it. Stan, some closing comments before we get out of here.
Well, great effort by TCA. You were a little worried when we were down early, but they showed grit and determination, fought back, got in the game. They kept it close. When the defense was struggling, we kept it close. The offense kept us in the game in the first half. The defense kept us in the game and helped us out in the second half. And just a great effort by the kids. This is a great win for TCA as a program. Chester County, a ball club with twice as many players there from Class 4A. They're in one of the toughest regions in West Tennessee, no doubt about it. I think Chester County and North Side and South Side are going to be fighting for the 4th playoff spot in that region. I would like to thank a good friend of mine who's a Chester County fan, Wanda Roden, who sent me a message congratulating TCA on their win. I appreciate Miss Wanda watching the ball game tonight. Big win, and our opponent next week is an opponent we've had some success against, but it's been in the playoffs where we've worn them out. And Dexter knows as well as anybody, when you've beaten an opponent several times and they get another crack at you in your house, Grace Franklin's going to come breathing a little fire, and they're going to want to get a little revenge on their mind because that's a program that's improved over the years.
Speaking of Dexter, gave me a ride in the golf cart over to the press box, but, talent, superb. What does an AD do after the game? He gets the flags in, he gets the trash out.
Couple other things.
Among many other duties.
A couple other things before we get out here. Our next sports broadcast will be on West Tennessee Sports on Thursday. I'll take the air at 5:55. TCA Middle School at Jackson Christian. That's going to be a dandy. Join me on Thursday at 5:55 for that broadcast from the Eagles Nest at Jackson Christian. One final note. I'm not going to give the details of it, but My personal thanks to the entire Booster Club for the kindness they did for me. I don't want to say what it was on the air, but thank you to each and every member of the Booster Club who supported me this week. I thank you very, very much.
Yeah, and UPS and FedEx came in handy as well. 27-20, the Lions win this thing.
I'm not going
to
to
open it up with a big, big win. Philip, I'll tell you the story a little later. 27-20, happy final for the Lion Nation tonight and for us as well. For Dexter Williams, for Coach P, Jay Cashin, Bradley White, Paul Schultze, and all the fine folks at Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz. I'm Diamond Dave McCulley for Stan Gerard. Lastly, but not least, happy final, 27-20. These guys get to go home and relax. I've got to go home and write a volleyball story. From TCA, the Lions win it 27-20. God bless you. Good night, everybody.